welcome. How is everyone's morning going? Good morning to the people who are in the morning. With me today, I have my co-commentator, Captain_Domo. Hi, Dom.
Yo, buongiorno, guys. Buongiorno.
How are you doing today?
Not too shabby. Had a bunch of snacks. Currently drinking a Red Bull. Not sponsored. So.
That's so amazing. I'm so happy to hear that.
How are you doing?
I am doing okay. I'm very tired, honestly. My sister came over last night, and so we hung out for a bit, and I'm a little tired, but...
Oh, snap. Gotcha.
But that's chill, I guess. We got a doubleheader today,
up
chat.
with excitement, so...
I will. I hope so. Yeah, we got a match right now, and then right after we have at 3 p.m., which is just going to be basically after this, we have another match. So we got a lot of Elden Ring today, guys. So it's time to get excited about it. So, today we have Gustav going against Pearl. Dom, do you know anything about these players?
Yes. Pearl being French and Gustav being German. Not me peeking at the flags. Just knowing off the top of my head, because I'm tapped in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're both pretty good players from what I know. Pearl has competed in quite a few other events. He's also done the French Challenge. I think he was actually the first person to beat the French Challenge. Pro Fresh. And Gustav, been around for quite a while, has done a lot of challenge runs himself. I think he's beaten also the French Challenge and a couple other things. I think he's also competed in DRL last season. So yeah, overall, I think just like a really cool matchup, to be honest, and kind of an even matchup, you know, 17th seed versus 11th seed. We're kind of hitting like middle bracket here, which is pretty cool. So should be a good match.
Apparently the chat says that Pearl won season 1 of DRL. That's huge.
Could be.
So
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Sorry, just fixing the audio here. I can't make myself any louder, chat, but I made Dom a little louder, and I turned the music down, so hopefully you can just up the entire stream, if possible.
Was that better? Is it?
Yeah, you're chilling. I'm just gonna up you on my end, because my audio is all screwed up all the time.
Nah, you good. I'm just rolling up my sleeves for anyone wondering what I'm doing right now. I'm just rolling up my sleeves real quick.
So if you guys will take a look here, while we're waiting for our players to warm up and set up, we have, I have pulled up the qualifier points that they both achieved, which honestly, it looks pretty, like Dom said, they're pretty, they're pretty even in skill. They both have some super low ones that obviously got, dropped that don't actually matter. But they both have a single-digit score, which is kind of fun.
Bro, that
they
happens,
both have
man.
that. I know it happens, yeah. It's so interesting to see a player like 80, 80, 80, 80, and then like 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like those weird like
that.
anomaly situations where all of a sudden you just get blasted from downtown. Not speaking from personal experience, by the way, when a giant mouth imp is just shooting a cannon from like 200 miles away. And it still one-shots you, you know, just things like that happen.
Yeah, so even the best players can get knocked down by those. But yeah, as for the rest, Gustav's got an 83, which is a very high score. And I guess that's why he's ahead by a few different spots here. And Pearl's pretty consistent with like 69. Yo, he's got 2 69s in a row. And then and then his highest being a 78, which is honestly a really great score. So yeah, this will probably be a really good matchup.
Do you have a multi-link? But are you using multi-Twitch for this?
Yeah, I'll give you what I'm using.
Could you dab me up with that one, please?
Yeah. We do have an adorable Misty cosplay here.
Yeah, like a good old Misty on the roids.
Misty on the roids.
Misty on the roids. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, we have Gustav doing some last minute extra lifing. Speaking of which, I'm gonna make a prediction, chat. All right, so get your money in.
Oh, yeah, I got like 7 minutes.
Yeah, we're looking at the classes. So Dom, while I set this up, do you want to take a look at these classes?
Yeah, I'm trying to see like where's my face looking. Okay, should I have my camera over here, or not my camera, my multi-stream over here, so it looks like there's a better angle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. Alabaster's Lord Sword is on one of the classes, so I mean, there you go. There's a recap. That is the game, guys. Get ready to see that for the next 2 hours. That's not going to change at any point in time. And yeah. Cool.
Amazing. I really appreciate that Gustav is making his character now. I mean, to be fair, well, they just got the seeds, but I don't know if he could have loaded in one before, but whatever. I mean, he doesn't seem very nervous. he's just making it all last minute. I appreciate that.
Having a good time.
He's like, yeah, this is the one I want. I've got a few extra minutes to make a cute Misty girl, and I respect that.
I like how the Misty character though has bug-eye going on. Like one eyeball looking very far left, one eyeball looking very far right.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah. One of my characters has it too. It's pretty sick.
What? I didn't know you could do that.
It's pretty funny. You can make it so like their eyes pop out a little bit more too, so it's like really like bug-eyed. It's really cool.
Nice. I don't find Misty is like that in the show.
And it's a shame. we need more bug-eyed representation. Okay, it looks like, yeah, so Alabaster's Lord Sword, by the way, but we also have Sword Lance, which drops from Gaius, which I believe Pro was considering for maybe just a moment, because you can swap the Ash of War on that, and if you take off the Ash of War on Sword Lance, which is the gravitational thrust, you get Impaling Thrust, which is also really good Ash of War. So, like, there's that where you can, like, very quickly, I guess, like, put, because you start with all the Wet Blades, put Frost on that if you wanted to, or anything else status-wise. But Alabaster is kind of a no-brainer. It's gonna be used. It's gonna be taken, and if somebody else goes for it, you're kind of a goober, you know. So
we do have a Grafted Greatsword, which I'm a big fan of, and Pearl is hovering over it a little bit. I know that the players are fans of big weapons, but obviously Alabaster's is very strong. They tend to players tend to gravitate towards that one when I've seen them.
Especially with 0 stat requirement, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the other crazy part about DRL is that there's no stat requirement for any of these weapons. So you can look at like the heaviest weapons if you want. You can go for Giant Crusher, which is really, really fun, right? So yeah, it really, really depends on like what they're feeling. But again, Alabaster, just too good, just too good.
Alabaster is the one that has got like the insane stamina.
Correct. It's got a stamina bug. It's what some people consider it a bug. Some say it's actually intended, but pretty much the charged R2s take like no stamina. Pretty much. I think it's almost cheaper. It's almost easier to use heavy attacks on the Alabaster than doing R1s with the Alabaster. It's almost the same stamina cost.
Yeah, I forgot to explain what this even is for anyone who's watching this for the first time, by the way. We're starting in a few minutes, but real quick, this is the Deathless Rando League. This is run and created entirely by Forza. So what you're going to be seeing here is the players are going to be trying to kill as many bosses as possible within 2 hours without dying. So one score that you'll be seeing on the sides here, Dom, if I can have you point to your side over there.
This side?
No, the other side.
Okay.
The scores that you're seeing over here have every information that you need to know while we're watching. One boss equals 1 point on the scoreboard. So, thank you, Dom. Everything is going to be randomized. All enemies and bosses are going to be randomized. The starting classes are randomized. Pickups are randomized. When the players spawn in, they will be getting a little care package, which has a few seals, a few staves that they'll probably not use except to upgrade because auto upgrade is also on. They'll be getting a few armor pieces and some talismans. They will not be getting any weapons in this. So the weapon that they pick for the starting class is what they will likely want to use for a little bit. It being Alabaster, they'll probably use it for a while, but if they did want a new weapon, they're going to have to find it somewhere else. Also, the last thing I think that you need to know is a grace will be unlocked in Limgrave, a grace will be unlocked in Liurnia, and also 2 random graces will be unlocked anywhere, which is how it is every single game. to random ones anywhere in Elden Ring, including the DLC, including Underground. Sometimes it's really useful, like it's in Altus or something. Sometimes it's not useful at all, and we don't see them travel there at all. And that will be up in the corner, and we get asked that a lot. What are the words up in the corner? And it's going to be that. Also, final thing, actually. If somebody does die, it is a deathless league, but in order to make the matches actually go 2 hours and actually be entertaining and interesting, if one person does die, the game is not over, because what if someone dies right at the start? Then that kind of sucks, then they have to just stop playing. So the game is not over. However, their score will be locked at whatever the score was at the time of death. So if Gustav dies with 10 bosses killed, his score will be locked at 10 until Pearl also dies. So their scores only get unlocked if the deaths between the two are even. So 1 death, 1 death, 2 deaths, 2 deaths, 0, 0. Whatever the case is. So basically, if you die, you want to just be hoping that the other player dies as well. And they do not know what each other are doing. Anything else? I think I got it all.
I think you got it. I think you got it.
Any questions, chat? The seed is the same, of course. Shops are randomized. Shops are also important to be checking. Stuff like that. What if I really want the other guy to win? Can we change the rules? That's a great question. No, we cannot change the rules. Thank you for asking. And if you want to be predicting on anyone, the submissions will be open for another 9 minutes.
Holy 9 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about the time when I made it.
No, I mean, it's fair because you get, I mean, it's 2 hours. So, I mean,
yeah,
gives them enough time to see like the beginning of the race and be like, maybe Gustav, maybe Pearl.
Yeah, so I'm not incredibly familiar with the way these guys play. So for those of you who don't see a lot of DRL stuff, there's a lot of different types of playing styles. So like super aggressive, risky, fast, or some people play really slow and safe because you want to not be dying, but then it's like a little bit slower. Stuff like that. So I'm curious of these two players, how they are. And we have our graces. Dom, what do you think about Skidoo, Altus, and Mountaintops?
Skidoo Altus is useless. Mountaintop's not too bad. So any grace that's in the DLC is pretty much, unless it's a boss that you can deal with, like Knight's Cav or whatever, is useless because you don't get any Skidoo blessings when you go to the DLC. So you're automatically going to be taking a crap ton of damage, and most of the time when you are going to be using those graces, you don't have a lot of time to begin with. So going around and then collecting blessings just to be able to actually deal with those bosses in the DLC is overall just a waste of time. You might as well just kill something in the base game instead, just travel a little bit further. Mountaintops, as we saw in the other match with Aggie, can be pretty useful. You got Borealis, you got Commander Nile, you got Vike, you got Deathrite Bird, you got the Erdtree Avatar nearby. So you got 5 bosses that are kind of near that grace, which is really nice. So late game wise, if you are kind of running out of ideas of where to go, or the bosses options that you have are terrible, you can always just go straight towards Mountaintops. It's a nice default, if you will, you know.
Yeah. So I haven't seen anyone in the DLC yet, but I would kind of like to. I've heard that they just basically go to the DLC if it's like, okay, I have a few more minutes. Is there anyone I can kill quickly, like Dane or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not seen anyone travel to the DLC for anything yet. Though I would like to see it, just because it's fun. It adds something here.
We see here the talismans, by the way, for the players. Gustav currently using the jumping talisman, and also I already forgot what the other one was. But 2 talismans currently locked in for their pouches. They aren't using the other ones. We do have the intelligence and faith talismans here that... Oh, no, he's selling these. Never mind. Oh, yeah, Dragon Crest. So now we're selling a bunch of things just to get money. This is the big thing that they do in the very beginning at the shop. You see both Pearl and Gustav doing the same thing. Pretty much the more money, the sooner, the better, because then you can buy stones from Round Table and upgrade your weapon. You're most likely going to see one of these players, as soon as they upgrade, go straight towards the Deathbird in Liurnia, because that one will drop a good amount of money, and then they'll go to the Knight's Cav in Liurnia, and then to Tibia in Liurnia, and then they'll end there, and that should give them enough to actually afford a plus 24 weapon to buy all the stones. That's normally the beginning route, if you will.
Right. So yeah, as Dom was saying, money early is really important. And so sometimes you'll see a player do some risky strats to get a lot of money early. For example, going to Dragon Barrow, which is obviously very scary, very high skilled area. Bosses hit very hard. And so sometimes you'll see a player go there very early, and boss fights might take a little bit longer at that point. But if you do kill them, oh my gosh, the sorcerer on Pearl's side, oh my god, I hate that guy. But yeah, sometimes you'll go and you'll fight bosses in Dragon Barrow, and you get a lot of money, and then you're set up really well to go back to the easier bosses and just melt them. So it's kind of like high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if the players do opt for that.
How do I get rid of, like, there's like this bar on this multi-stream thing where I can't see their health bars, by the way, Parky. How do I get rid of that?
Are you watching them side by, or up on top of each other?
I had them side by side. I just changed them to on top of each other, yeah.
You can't see their health bars?
No. Like, there's like a gray bar.
Mine has... Oh. Wait, is it like the name? The gray bar with the name?
It's, yeah.
I think it's just the hover thing. Like, can you just move your mouse?
It's like, it's permanent for me on both.
Maybe you should refresh.
Yeah, I just reopened it.
For me, it's just, yeah, okay.
I just reopened it. We'll see. No, it's still there. What the frick? I'll figure it out. You keep doing you. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Weird. Okay. So typically in the DRL, you will see a classic route that they will go to, which is what we're seeing right now. Picking up items in Liurnia and checking the graveyards, stuff like that. Eventually, they are likely to split off, but at the start, obviously, you got your little bit of setup here, and you know, eventually going to the round table and upgrading your weapon and all that. So we'll be seeing. And I always love seeing when they end up splitting off, because I just love. I didn't participate in this league, but I love watching the way different strategies exist and evolve, and decisions that are meant to be made. Like, there are actually a lot of decisions, and sometimes just a few seconds really matter. So it's fun seeing these really high skilled players making different decisions from each other, and then trying to see in the end which one was the right one.
Yeah, I don't think, at least early game, there won't be that much deviation, but yeah, at some point they start to like pick different regions, or even like just specific bosses, and sometimes that can make a very big difference, like you said, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Like, for like you could say it's luck, but it's more or less like sometimes I don't want to say it's like intuition or whatever, but it's just like a good feeling of like, you know, I could probably keep going a little bit. Sometimes when you're maybe a little bit lower on flasks, you're like, oh, maybe I should set this grace and not do this boss right now. And then the other player being like, you know what, I could probably do it. It should be fine. Shouldn't be that crazy. Scaling's still kind of low. And then they keep pushing. Those are like those minor differences, decision makings on the spot that can really change the way this whole race goes.
Right.
You sounded so exhausted from that.
No, yeah. I was gonna say, I was getting ready to say something on my own, and then I was like, I'm just not gonna say that, actually. So, anyway, no, the players do not know if the other one dies, because if that was the case, then the player who didn't die could just sit there and, like, not do anything risky. So yeah. There's no spoilers, they're not reading chat, they don't know at all, which is actually more of a mental game than you would expect, right, guys? Like, you've died, and you have to keep going. You have to keep going quickly, because if the other guy died, then it doesn't even matter that you died, and it's just the same thing. So I feel like the mental game, like, if you die early, I feel like it would be so hard to really stay motivated to keep going.
I mean, we literally saw that with the other game that I actually commented on Monday, I believe, which was Romain Jacques and Rakushane, where Roman, I got corrected on that. Roman died pretty early on trying to do a gravity skip, and then still had to keep up that mental attitude of like, it's not over, right, until the timer ends. And Rakushane then died like 30 minutes later and was able then to... Roman won at the end of the day. That was just insane. So yeah, you just gotta keep your mental fortitude, even if you die, which is hard.
Yeah, losing to... We've seen a few players die to a janky skip. Sometimes you die because you mess up a skip, but sometimes you die because Torrent slipped or whatever. His foot slipped. That is so
Yeah.
annoying. That actually, I would lose my mind. But
First kill here, by the way, by Pearl now, being the Bloodhound Knight in the Demi-Human Chief Cave. So first one on the board, both currently at 7 minutes. So Gustav here just like a little bit behind by like 20 seconds or so. But now we're going to see a bunch of killing happening here in Limgrave, I'm assuming. Pearl possibly going now past Agil and then going towards Stone Digger. No, he's actually going to be going to Kaled? Both of them not doing the thing that I said, by the way, which was Deathbird, Liurnia, Knight's Cav, Tibia. Both not doing that route. Not sure why. Maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe that's not the cool stuff to do anymore. It looks like he's going straight towards Weeping here for Pearl.
I would say from what I've seen, the Liurnia bosses have been like 50%. They'll do that at the start.
Yeah. It is a little bit of a riskier start, but it really front loads your damage because you're able to max upgrade right off the rip, you know?
Yeah, sometimes I'm skeptical about that strat, but honestly, like whenever I've seen it, oh, look at Esger. Esger dressed as Ronnie. That's adorable. When the players fight like the really hard guys, and I'm like, is this really worth it? Because you know those take forever, and then, but yeah, it honestly is worth it a lot of the time because then they literally just one shot all of the easy bosses. So yeah. I do respect those strategies.
Gustav here killing the Tree Sentinel boss, Esger, and checking Kale now. Do we see anything nice here? Not really. He also doesn't see anything nice. It immediately goes straight towards, I'm going to guess, Bofa Cave into the Everjail, whereas we have Bloodhound Knight Everjail now for Pearl, getting the Dragon Kin of Noxtella. Some nice headshot damage.
Nice.
Very nice headshot damage. Might get a stagger here before the transition even. Yep, there it is. Huge. Skips the transition here. This is the only Dragonkin that has a phase 2, which is like the Frost Lightning. But luckily, he got the stagger off before the transition happened, because otherwise it does have hyper armor. And gets Remembrance on top of that. So that's a lot of money that he might be able to actually already almost fully upgrade his weapon once he gets a Grace in Weeping here.
Dom, do you recognize this Great Rune on Gustav's side?
That is the Radon Great Rune.
Do you know what we
so
get for
that increases health, mana, and stamina.
Wow, that's really good.
That is pretty nice. It's very, very nice. It's kind of like it's like the Ring of Favor in DS3 pretty much, but as a Great Rune.
Yeah, so Chad, the Great Runes get automatically equipped, meaning you don't have to go to the towers. However, you still do have to use a rune arc, but you don't have to, you didn't have to go to Radon's Tower, which is a really great quality of life feature here.
Yeah. I mean, you still have to find, a rune arc. You can buy it from Round Table if you really need to, but luckily you can just pick whichever one you like the most. Personally, I like to do Godric's Great Rune. I know that the stat requirements aren't there on the weapons, but Godric's Great Rune does give you 40 free levels, and it allows you to really kind of swap between different weapons and have them just be a bit more effective. Like, those levels still matter because of the upgrade that you have on your weapon, and allowing you to just I just deal bonus damage, if you will. You know what I mean? So, like, having 15 dex, even though you can wield it no matter what you have, is still better than 10 dex, because you'll have, like, an extra 50 damage. You know what I mean?
We got Godfrey here on Pearl's side. I mean, his damage isn't, like, massive, but it's obviously quite good still.
Yeah, I mean, it is Godfrey. He is a little bit of a tanky boy here, even in Weeping. We do have the intelligence tier here, by the way, as well, on Pearl's side, which will help the Alabaster's weapon damage. Not super much, because I don't think the magic damage on Alabaster is super high, but it's just bonus damage, so, like, why not? Nice kill there. So both currently killing quite a few bosses. Gustav at 4, Pearl at 3. So Gustav currently holding on to a lead here, but does not have Weeping access compared to Pearl. So kind of like other matches where you see all of a sudden like one player having a 3 to 4 boss lead. It really depends on location, because some areas you can clear bosses way quicker than somebody else maybe traveling to a different region first and then killing things. So it may seem like someone's in a lead at the time, but it really comes down to, honestly, almost at the end of the 2 hours to see like if that really made a difference or not. Catacomb
messing
jump here
around
from Pearl.
with different music. What did you use when you played? When you commentated?
Oh, I had Age of Empires.
Age of Empires. Yo, I get worried doing anything that's not just like FromSoft for copyright. Unless you know for sure Age of Empires is safe.
No, Age of Empires, I mean, most video game music shouldn't be copyright unless you're like playing like Persona or
Bloodborne is. Bloodborne
Kingdom
gets
Hearts.
striked. No, Bloodborne does.
That's because Sony makes headphones, and so that's why.
Whatever.
That's my
know.
reasoning. that's my reasoning behind that. The Age of Empires is fine.
Okay, well, we have Dark Souls 3 going, chat. It's really epic right now. Oh, this Chief Blood Fiend being a little difficult.
He's always a big pain in the butt. He's just a big blob of hitbox. That's pretty much what that is.
And then you bleed randomly, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm dead now.
Yeah. Dope. Thanks, man. Crystallion here as well now on the Deathbird. And we have Blood Fiend's Arm. That's strike damage. So Gustav already like getting a nice, good amount of momentum here in Limgrave. Taking out the Bernal boss, taking out the Deathbird boss. He's going to go and grab the Black Knife Assassin Catacomb now, most likely. And Pearl's still dealing here with Weeping. He's still at the score 3, but he grabbed the Catacomb Grace and is now going to be fully upgrading his weapons first. So he's going to be the first one to have max, close to max, for his weapons compared to Gustav. So kind of like how going to early Dragonborough for money and for levels matters, this will matter too. This is where he's going to be clearing bosses just a little bit quicker, maybe skipping some phase transitions, because those types of moments can be super critical. Like we saw like in some other matches where Placidusax was one-cycled or Moga gets one-cycled. These bosses that have like multi-phases where the transition is like hyper armor and reduced damage, so you have to wait a little bit longer. If you skip those, you can save so much time. So the more damage, the better, obviously, but skipping phases is like the best part.
Yeah, it like super matters. Like I was saying, we've seen matches have a difference of 10 to 20 seconds, you know? So these little decisions and being able to skip phases and stuff like that, and just the trying to get the boss to not stall. I know it's not always in your control, but it actually does matter. You know, when the dragon flies away, but the other guy's dragon didn't fly away. Okay, well that could be GG's for you.
Little funny gravitational thing there, by the way, for Gustav. He was trying to talk to the merchant, but stepped on the rock and fell off, so it acted like he was jumping on the merchant and canceled his dialogue and shop opening. And he had to talk to him again, because even if you accidentally step on a merchant, they think you're attacking them, so they freak out for a second.
Aww. Chaz, is this music too epic? It's really epic right now. I don't even recognize the song.
Wait, did Gustav just discard a battle axe? Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he? Okay. It's Wild Strikes.
Ooh, Turtle Talisman. That's a good one.
Turtle Talisman's nice. Oh, I never see Pearl, by the way. Oh, Pearl's now in Weeping in Limgrave as well. He's going to be doing the Everjail here in Limgrave, and is not continuing on Weeping just yet. He just grabbed some of the graces and is now going to be kind of following Gustav here through Limgrave and some of these bosses.
Ooh, great skill.
Nice
there.
Alabaster's Lord's Pool. Yeah, it's really solid. I think some people really underestimate the Ash of War. Like some people are like, oh, you know, it's Alabaster's Lord, so it's good for the R2s, and that's pretty much it. It's like the Ash of War is pretty solid, especially there are, you know, niche situations, but multi-boss fights like this one, if you're doing Bofa twins, if you're doing demi-human chiefs, if you're doing even invisible Black Knife Assassin, because guess what? You can't see it. So if you're AoEing around yourself, you just pull that assassin in without being able to see them, and you can really avoid being grab attacked. So there's a lot of cool tech with the pull here that you can do, you know?
Yeah, I'd like to see some more of that. That's really the first time. Well, I mean, I guess we saw it a little bit in some other matches, but yeah, I feel like it could be abused a lot more.
Yeah, no, and the damage is pretty good too on it. Like it's really not bad. All right, and now we're going to be seeing the Duelist Catacomb here from Gustav, and Pearl catching up here in Limgrave. I think he's going straight towards Margit here first. Very interesting. 6-4 right now for Gustav, 2 boss lead. But slowly that will be diminishing as Pearl does have a close to max upgrade weapon compared to Gustav.
Yeah, this is what Dom was saying earlier, right? It's a lead, but it's kind of an artificial lead. So it's like when you're playing bingo and like some person has a lot more squares than the other, but the other guy has a lot more setup, and it's kind of like,
right.
it doesn't really account for exactly what's going on.
Right. Okay, Guardian Golem, that's pretty nice for Margit. Not too crazy at all. But this is always the fun part, right? Is when you see, like, you're clearing Limgrave here, and you see early, like, that the early bosses are very easy. At first, like, oh, that's so nice, that's free money. But then you realize that, okay, well, the deeper I get into the seed, then the worse the bosses are going to get. Like, I'd rather see a Moog early on. I'd rather see a Horalu, a Morgoth, not Margit, but Morgoth, or, you know, a Bale, a Midra. I want to see these really big bosses kind of early, because the later it gets, the scarier they get as well, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. A boss that you can face transition kill easily, like Plasty. Plasty would be great to see early.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Another reminder, chat, that you cannot quit out, but you can Memory of Grace. So if someone, it's a massive waste of time, depends, I guess, but if you spawn into an Everjail and there's a boss that you don't like, you can Memory of Grace out at the expense of wasting time and also losing some money, but better than dying, of course, but it is an option.
Gustav here despawning the NPC invader right before patches. Going to be going for the fight now into the patches cave, where Pearl is going to be doing the Bernal fight in just a second here, which I believe, what was this again? Oh, Blood Chief, Blood Fiend. So
I do wonder if Gustav will end up checking Patches' shop, because that, when another game that I commentated, it actually did matter having checked Patches' shop, so I do wonder if other players will be doing the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, the more shops you check, the better, technically, because you can just make sure that you don't miss out on weapons. But also, that is it's a gamble, because it does cost you like 15-20 seconds just to do that. So in this case, honestly, when you already have like Blood Fiend's Arm and Alabaster's Lord Sword, I don't think that's worth it. You already have two really, really good weapons. You have a strike weapon. You have a slicing weapon. You pretty much have a lot of the game already covered. Maybe a piercing weapon would be nice for like Rolana and Bale and stuff like that, but it's not super necessary. So I don't know, but looks like that. Yeah, maybe Gustav is checking. He's going straight towards round table now. Oh, he has also buying his stones. He's not fully upgraded yet, so
right.
Might be doing both.
So it's not the biggest waste of time to come here for this. We do have a stone sword key, which is useful.
Wow. Okay, so it was worth it because he hasn't fully upgraded yet. Two-handed talisman in the patches, bell bearing. That's really nice. That's 15% or 20% bonus damage just for two-handing a weapon. That's pretty insane. That's a great pickup.
He also, if I'm not mistaken, they have the jump and the two-hand talismans. Yep. So if they get a two-hand jumping build online, if they get that going, then that's a lot of extra damage.
I mean, Blood Fiend's Arm jumping attacks, I don't think they're that bad, but I'm not too sure. Obviously, jumping attacks is mostly like useful, or like the best is when you're two-wielding. So the two-handed talisman sadly wouldn't work with the jumping talisman in that regard. But honestly, yeah, I mean, you could still do just like one Blood Fiend's Arm and see how that how that does. But really nice talisman setup here.
That you would keep an eye out for, that you would be more excited to see than what they currently have?
Rakshasa's Great Katana, I think, is a very, very strong weapon. Any piercing weapon right now, because they don't have that right now, would be really nice. So Rakshasa's Great Katana, Zweihänder, the Fire Knight's Greatsword. I think those are really good weapons. I think Aggie had that on his match on Monday. Yes. I know some people were saying that's a mid weapon. It's probably one of the, I would say, up there with one of the best weapons in the game, personally. Because for piercing weapons, they have this extra feature that if you are attacking, and there's the Spear Talisman for that as well, if you're attacking, you deal bonus damage for counter-attacking, pretty much. So, very nice Loretta fight here, by the way, from Gustav.
Very clean.
So I really like those types of weapons that have the charged pierce attack. Rakshasas has that. The Zweihände and the Fire Greatsword have those. So I keep an eye out for those. Those are really nice. Otherwise, just a weapon that has a really nice Ash of War. You know, like, I mean, Stormhawk Axe is pretty solid. Death's Poker, anything like that.
Yeah, we saw that that fire weapon that you were just talking about in a match the other day against the Death Poker. So like, obviously in comparison, it's hard to compare those two. The Death Poker just shreds with the L2 on it.
Yeah.
But the weapon did look really good on its own. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really solid. It's really solid. Oh, really cool move here from Pearl. Again, that Ash of War, like I said, there are niche situations where it's really cool. And so Putrescent going up to try and phase transition, Pearl was able to use the Alabaster's Lord's Pull to just deal damage outside of his actual attack range and get the kill. Like it's so cool. It's such a cool weapon. So very nice move there from Pearl. And now Gustav in the exact same spot right now. Going to be going for this Putrescent Knight.
Normally I'd be concerned about Putrescent Knight in this tiny room, but he's so squishy and does no damage to the player, so it doesn't really
there's
matter
the DLC bosses for some reason when they're lower scaled are like really low scaled. Rolana specifically, it feels like it's a mosquito tickling you. When in the DLC, it feels like she's absolutely just decimating your life bar. So it's very interesting.
Oh my god. We got this grafted Scion causing problems during this Crucible Knight fight.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Normally grafted Scion being a boss, but this one's just a random grafted Scion just hanging out.
This bridge tends to be a problem, I've noticed, because just the enemy spawns and the patrolling guys. But yeah, I've seen this be a problem for some people a few times.
This bridge can be a little scary. If you take too long, the trolls with the chains in the background, they do make their rounds this direction, and they bring a bunch of enemies with it. So the longer you take on this fight, the scarier it gets.
Well, good thing we just have a Crucible Knight here, and the players are making very light work of it.
Yeah, they're getting very quick kills here. So Putrescent Knight down as well, by the way, for Gustav, and it's already 10-9. So that gap that he had of 2 boss kills is already kind of gone. And Pearl now, I believe, going for patches, and going to be going a little bit of a different way than Gustav did with this specific setup. And then now I believe Gustav would be going towards Weeping. So he's going to go to that Bloodhound Knight jail that we saw Pearl at, and then go towards Weeping, jump across, all that fun stuff. Whereas Pearl now is going to be swapping places with Gustav and going to be doing some of that Limgrave stuff. So at some point, we're going to see a bit of a bigger deviation, I'm assuming, where one of them is going to be like, okay, I think I'm good. I'm going Dragon Barrel. And the other person being like, you know what? Let me do some Lyra now. Maybe let me do some Kaled, and then I'll do Dragon Barrel, something like that. We might see that. Just guessing, but could be a case.
Yeah. So typically you'll see a player just have a lot of health before they want to go to Dragon Barrow, and it kind of looks like they're both getting up there. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they went soon. But they still got some stuff to do here that they'll finish cleaning up first.
I'm trying to remember what the boss was. Oh yeah, Dragonkin of Noxtella is going to be here. Let's see if Gustav gets the phase transition as well, or even the dodge early on to get those headshots in. Oh, he does get the roll. Very, very nice here. Does he get the stagger? He goes for jumping R2s instead. I don't think he's going to get the stagger here, so he might have to deal with transition instead. No, very nice. Okay, gets the 2 R2s in before the timer starts. Nice pop on the Remembrance as well. And gets the skip there. Huge. Okay, Pearl's also checking Patch's bell bearing. So like that seems to be a bit more of a potential like meta path is checking all the bell bearings, Bernal, Patches, and then fully upgrading. There is the 2-handed talisman. Yeah, no brainer. Dragon Scale Blade, I don't think is worth it. I know a lot of people are like, damn, Dragon Scale Blade is so good, it's so good. It's okay. Compared to like Alabaster's Lord Sword, Chief Bloodfiend's Arm, or just Bloodfiend's Arm, I don't know. I would say Dragon Scale Blade compared to all the weapons that we use for competitions is a B. It's probably a B. It's not even an A for me.
The Dragon Scale?
Dragon Scale Blade, yeah, it's a B.
I've used that once, and I wasn't a massive fan.
It's pretty all right. I will say that it does feel like it falls off, and you have to reapply the Ash of War quite frequently. I don't know. I feel like the flat damage that you get from it just isn't enough to really out damage these other weapons that you have. Big damage here from Gustaf on Godfrey. Elden Beast, by the way, at the Tree in Weeping. So that's a bit of a big boss here that could take some time away if you do get the weird transition. Gustaf might be going into that direction here in just a bit as well. Pearl has the transition here, so has to deal now with this move. This is a bit of a time sink, obviously. If you can skip this, this is a big time save. So we'll see if Gustaf has to deal with that as well.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about with the stalling. I mean, sometimes there's just nothing you can do, and it just sucks when the boss just starts flying around.
Yep. Big explosion. Pearl does get hit by that. Gets knocked aside for a second. This is the interesting thing is that Pearl is using the magic tier, but Gustaf isn't. I'm not sure if Gustaf knew that the magic tier was there, or maybe doesn't think it's worth it. Maybe has 2 defensive tiers on instead. Gustaf's still in the lead currently for bosses, 13 to 10. So 3 boss lead right now, and they're kind of in the same position almost. So I'm not sure where the big deviation, or not deviation, where the big difference was. But I don't think really that Pearl has much of a lead anymore since they're both kind of in the same position.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the score at this point would be if you don't consider the pathing and all that. Or, I mean, if you do consider the pathing and all that. I guess we'll see once the game starts to get a bit later. Either way, I mean,
yeah.
two bosses difference isn't really the biggest deal at this point.
Yeah, a lot of things can still change. We can have worst case scenario for either player is a death, you know, or just like a specific boss fight just really not going their way.
We also did get the Dectus medallion half. I saw that, and I forgot that it was really important here for a second there. But we did see Pearl pick that up, and you can help keep track of that if you forget on the corners here. You need 2 of the halves in this format, obviously, and the other item here is the Academy key. And they don't need to pick these up. It's not extra points. You don't need them to win or anything like that. But it does help us keep track as viewers. And Altis is really, really important, basically mandatory in this format because there's just so many bosses there that you want to be killing instead of, for example, going to Skidoo Altis where they'll be much tankier and more dangerous. And you don't really want to be doing Precipice or Makar just because it's dangerous and it's also really slow. So yeah, Dectus is very important here. And I don't remember exactly where that drop was. Does anyone remember? So that we can
it might have been Elden Beast.
Gustaf.
I don't know.
It might have been
Does Gustaf
Elden
have
Beast. He does not have it, no.
So probably Elden Beast, yeah.
Yeah, Elden Beast would make sense.
Or Erdtree Elden Beast, if you will, just to.
Yeah, we'll see it here in a sec.
Yeah. Yeah, so now still a 2 boss lead here for Gustaf right now on Elden Beast. Now let's see if he gets that nice cancel. He should be able to do this if he gets the charged R2s off. One more charged R2 should maybe do it. Gets good RNG here. Oh! He still got the good RNG. He could skip it. He could skip. Keep those hits in. Keep those hits in. He misses again. Oh, the poise is reset. It doesn't matter anymore.
I like the faces he's making. He also is like, bad RNG. What is going on?
It was really good RNG, but yeah, then he still has good RNG. He's not.
Yeah, he's still not flying away. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
So that's just lucky there, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Pearl had him fly up in the air twice, I believe.
That's really nice for Gustaf. That might be like a nice 5 to 10 second time save.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Pearl now currently doing the Death Burden, Weeping, going to be going towards then the Knight's Cav, I believe, as well, in Weeping. And then we're almost done with that. We're gonna go port back to the catacomb and weeping as well. I'm saying weeping a lot. And gonna be going then to the Everjail and cave. Those would be the last two bosses. No one doing Impaler Catacomb, which makes sense. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to get there.
You could switch to Peninsula if you prefer.
Peninsula?
Yeah, going to the Peninsula.
Maybe. I could. It's gonna be hard to transition to that mid commentating.
I think people would get it's a little jarring.
Yeah.
We do have a Deathray bird here. The players seem to have no problem with some of these Deathray birds that casuals, including myself, might sometimes have issues with, but...
Yeah, these casuals, dude.
I didn't mean casuals like derogatory. I just meant non-professionals.
Sure.
Come on, chat. How many of you guys are sick at Deathray birds? And even me, I'm not sick at Deathray birds. No,
nice
basically,
kill, though.
my point is, yeah, these guys are good. They're good at all the bosses. So every time I get worried, and then it's like, okay, why am I even worried? They're really good at this.
Like, here's the fun part, and I think if you see it this way, it makes this game like infinitely more fun. Is that bosses to me are like puzzles, right? There's a very specific combination / things that you can do to make it easier for you, and it's like solving that puzzle. To then that makes it just like makes it look so easy. It's like, oh, I know this is gonna happen. If I stand here, this is gonna happen. You know, it's like almost like solving an equation live. You know what I mean? It's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to look at it. Sure.
Ice Spirit here, by the way, picked up as an Ash of War is really solid. Sorry, go ahead.
Some of these bosses can just get out of hand. That's all I'm saying, and they can.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I think definitely there's quite a few bosses that if you just slip up once, all of a sudden that whole thing just goes out the window and you're panicking. You know, I have that with like bosses that I think I have on lock, and all of a sudden I'm just getting blasted. Like Bellbearing Hunter, right? You try and get that shield slam cycle going, and all of a sudden you get tagged by something, and he just starts going buck wild. It's tough. And there we go, Alabaster's Lord's Pull, man. I'm telling you, that Ash of War.
That's crazy.
It's so good. It's so good, and people really gotta give it credit and use it more. It's so solid, especially on multi-boss fights like that. You know, or even just in general Pumpkinhead, right? It's sometimes so hard to hit the body and not the head. Just do that instead. That way you don't have to deal with it, you know? It's really
That's
nice.
a great point. I mean, I feel like that so far looks pretty comparable to the Death's Poker L2. Like, that thing also just shredded like this.
Yeah, it's very, very solid. Very solid for sure. Nice damage here from Gustav on the Deathray Bird. Still currently holding on to that 2-boss lead here. Might turn into a 3-boss lead for just a spare moment. There we go. 18 to 15. Going to be checking the shop real quick. And now Pearl going to Liurnia. Going to be doing some Liurnia bosses. Hasn't done Tibia Mariner just yet in Limgrave. So hasn't done all the Limgrave bosses. Hasn't even done Soldier of Godric. I don't even think Pearl did Bofa either. So there's some easier ones he can pick up later. Looks like he's going to be going straight towards that Smaragd boss first, though. Looks like Agat's going to Apostle.
Yeah, just walking around over there.
Going for a walk.
I feel like having a boss like Apostle here is a little bit of a waste, just because it's nicer to have some big bosses that you want a lot of space for, you know. There's a few arenas like this. This is
Snail, though.
Oh, is it? I was wondering about...
Yeah, this is Snail. So this could be a bit of a time sink. So that's going to be... I mean, I guess you still do it because it's a Liurnia boss, but like, I don't know.
I don't imagine they would be wanting to skip this.
You can always come back later when you just have more damage. Oh, it wasn't a what? It looked like a snail. Wait, what? Okay.
Why did you think it
didn't bleed though. It showed
he probably
like white.
has bleed off.
Oh, does he maybe have bleed? Oh, that maybe. Okay, I was
Because
about to
he
say,
actually, he wasn't bleeding white either. I didn't want to call you out because I feel like you tend to know better than me at this stuff, but he wasn't. I don't think he was bleeding white either. He was just nothing.
Really? It looked like
Yeah.
white blood to me. Yeah. Huh.
No, yeah, I don't know.
It was very snail-like behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be what it'd be. That's good then. That's a better scenario in that case.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah, I have to always turn off blood when I do sponsors. Maybe Pearl did a sponsor recently.
Wait, really? Did they say you have to turn off blood?
Yeah, they're like, you can only play Elden Ring if you turn off blood. And even then, they're not stoked about it.
That's so weird.
It's too violent.
Hmm. Ah, yes.
The stupid snail emote in my chat. You guys are so dumb. I'd never even realized what that was.
Another Dragonkin soldier here in Liurnia for Pearl. Gonna get a triple shot on this bad boy. Nice and easy. Oh, Godskin duo in Miranda Cave. Honestly, a little scary here, but Alabaster. Again, Ash of War here could be solid. Doesn't have to do that though either. Godskin Apostle gonna go into phase 2 here. And that should be it.
Easy,
Boom.
easy.
Looks scary, but with the damage, honestly, not too bad. And here's the thing is that Pearl did not finish Weeping either. I don't think Pearl did Miranda or the Everjail yet. So he's kind of... Oh, there's that Placidusax. That is Placidusax hanging from the sky at the Deathbird location. And he's skipping that.
Yeah, understandable. Maybe with more damage later.
Possibly, yeah. But it's interesting that Pearl's kind of like skipping... He's not fully completing regions like Gustaf is. He's like doing some of it and then going to go somewhere else. Do some of it and go somewhere else. So he hasn't finished Limgrave. He hasn't finished Weeping at all. He hasn't full cleared anything yet. And is doing Liurnia now. So I'm not sure exactly what the logic is behind that. Maybe he's just really looking for just a quicker progression. Maybe he's getting some map progression for all the areas. And then goes back and starts bulldozing them back to back. I'm not too sure. Swordmaster On's here as Tibia Mariner, though. For Gustaf, can be a little scary, but
can be a little scary if it gets out of hand for sure. But that weapon actually just stun locked Ons the entire time. That was crazy.
Yep. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, so this is what I like to see in these competitions, chat, where you have these the players who have multiple weapons, and they don't have too many good weapons at this point, but they still have a few that they're switching between. And I think it's super fun to see them pick and choose where they want to use which one, and you know which one they're prioritizing over others, stuff like that. Because again, we have auto upgrade on, which is really useful and makes this possible. So I just think it's really exciting to see them switch weapons all the time.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Weapon variety is always fun to see because then we get to see things like Alabaster's Lord's Pull being used, you know, for specific bosses.
Right.
That's always sick. Nice kill here for Pearl. 21-18. Gustaf still holding on to that 3-boss lead here, and Gustaf now in Caelid, by the way. Pearl currently in Liurnia, so we're seeing a big deviation here from the two players. Two different routes completely. Double Pumpkinhead going to be coming up here for Gustaf in just a second for the arena. We have Ghost Flame Dragon here as the Tibia Mariner boss in Liurnia here for Pearl. He's going to be going straight towards Muriel, I'm assuming, right after this. Misses the headshot damage. Doesn't have Holy on the Blood Fiend's arm either. Still decent damage. Could still strike damage, which is what the Ghost Flame Dragons are weak to. But with Holy, this could be way crazier.
Oh, lots of misses here. That's unfortunate. We also got a Knight of the Solitary Jail on Gustaf's screen here. This guy could get out of hand. If you just start backing up and healing, that just goes crazy. But it looks like he's got him pretty well right now. Yeah,
really not looking too bad here. Getting some nice micro staggers in. There we go. Very nice from Gustaf. Cancels the heal as well. Kind of like the same with, like, you know, skipping phase transitions. Skipping healing for NPCs is a big deal as well. That's a nice 10 to 15 second time save most of the time as well. This is the Ghost Flame Dragon that summons, by the way, for Pearl. He gets the kill right before the summons are fully activated. So that's really, really nice. 22-19, 3-boss kill lead still for Gustaf. Gustaf going to be grabbing... God, what's this grace called again? I forget. Dragon Burrow Highway. I'm gonna call it that now. I renamed it. I bought the road.
Highway.
That's what it is.
Amazing, thank you, Dom. I don't know
You're
any
welcome.
of the Grace names other than like the first ones. I feel like you just don't hover over them in the map long enough to remember them.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. For some reason, I just like to memorize random stuff like that. For some, I don't know.
I know Queen's Bedchambers.
That one's an iconic one.
So is Gustav here going to be fighting that really tanky Bell-bearing Hunter replacement? Yeah. So this bot. I don't know. We don't know who it is yet. I guess we'll see in a second. But okay, we got the Crucible Knight Misbegotten duo. I wonder how tanky they're gonna be. I mean, it shouldn't be a huge issue at all, especially with the duos and trios in this game getting a little bit nerfed.
Yeah,
like
that's
where
not
the
bad.
second guy doesn't really even touch you. But yeah, this damage is looking solid.
Gets a nice stagger here. Goes for the riposte, which honestly, personally, I would not have considered. Mostly because, same with Crucible Knight. Once they get staggered, going for another charged R2 really knocks them on their butt. So you can go for an extra free charged R2. So compared to a riposte, where you just get one attack on the Misbegotten here, you can pretty much get 2 free charged R2s on him instead, which is way more than the riposte damage. Almost has the first one down. This is going to be a nice chunk of change as well for Gustav. The first Dragon Burrow boss on our screen for this whole race. Nice tag. Muriel here now for Pearl
we have
too.
Pearl trying to spawn in that boss here. Just so you guys know, night bosses will be spawning in no matter what time of day it is. But some of these guys, you still got to do the little song and dance to spawn them in.
Yeah. There we go. So yeah, Gustav now doing the charged R2 on the Crucible Knight. Also, fun fact, Crucible Knights have a resistance to riposte damage. So another reason why you should be doing that is because they take less damage from riposte anyways. They're just too OP.
Pearl did quit out. It looks like
Does his game crash?
No, it looks like there was something he was checking on his phone. Maybe he had an emergency or something come up. It does say in the rules on the website that obviously you don't really want to be quitting out, but if you do have to quit out for some emergency or for some reason, you are allowed to, as long as you don't quit out when you're running away from enemies or something like that. So it also is in-game time, so that he didn't lose any time really being in the main menu there or anything, but hopefully hopefully everything's okay.
Gustav trying to get a gravity kill on the Crucible Knight, but doesn't realize that there's terrain right below the hill, and just saw Crucible Knight jumping out from the depths back up to the mountain. Yeah, there's a little like a skull terrain pocket to the right, and then there's gravity to the left more. So he has to be closer to the tree. Tries it again. There we go.
That's so funny. Gustav's got a good vibe. I don't really know him, but just from his facial expressions, he seems like he's having fun.
Yeah, he's very nice. I like him a lot. He's very chill. He's actually in Bingo Brawlers. He's playing for Team Germany.
Cool. That'll be great to see.
Yeah. Him and Sirius are on Team Germany. Yeah, so Pearl now currently going to be doing the Erdtree Avatar into the double Catacomb boss. So that'll be interesting to see what those bosses are. First Dragon Burrow boss down for Gustav, and now he's going to be going for the Battle Mage Hughes Everjail into the cave. So that's going to be also interesting, because these specific bosses, which I don't know why, because they are located in Dragon Burrow, have way lesser scaling than the actual Dragon Burrow bosses. So Battle Mage Hughes has a scaling of, honestly, I'm going to kind of pull a number out of my ass, 8. And then Dragon Burrow has a scaling of 16. It's almost double. It's pretty crazy the difference between Battle Mage Hughes and some of the other Dragon Burrow bosses. But we have Rykard here for that Battle Mage Hughes boss.
Nice, and we're seeing that shield poke strat. Pearl thought his live crashed. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I'll pin the website. We also did see throughout all that, the Turtle Pope Church was Emir, and it was just so fast that it was like 2 seconds long, but that fight can be annoying.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. Super fast. Lanciax as well here for the Knight's Cav in Liurnia, the other Knight's Cav. Decent damage here, using a lot of Alabaster Lord's Pole here to deal some damage, just in case he can't tag the legs. Fire kind of bouncing off of some of the terrain here, some of the fencing. Gustav got the kill on Rykard and is currently just waiting on the Everjail so he can go towards the cave right afterwards. Goes for another Alabaster Lord's Pole. It's pretty damn good. It's almost as good as an R2. There we go. Nice kill on the Lanciax. And is going to go straight towards the... Come on down. Pilgrim's Church?
Bellum.
Grace?
Bellum
Church? Yeah, Bellum. And you say you don't know Grace's. Come on.
Damn. Well, I knew a Grace more than the Bingo Baron. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's like 400 Graces in the game, all right?
Holy.
Like it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly. All right, relax.
You know, I feel like I don't know Graces. Like, if I did a Grace test, I wouldn't know the Grace test, but there are some that do stand out.
Yeah, there's some that, like, either you see a bunch or just, like, sound so weird that you just remember them, you know?
Exactly. So we are still looking for that second medallion half. Hopefully it's on the path for them somewhere.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what just both players are hunting for. You always just hope for it, and you try to kill all the bosses before Altus. You really want to clear everything just to make sure that you don't miss it, because it is a very big time save if you do get Dectus. Because Makar otherwise does take, I believe, like 8 minutes or something to clear the whole area and also kill the boss. So saving 8 minutes, kind of sick, kind of sick.
Yeah, you really don't want to be having to do that. A lot of potential gravity deaths. If you've ever done a randomizer in the precipice and you tried to go up that one ladder, you know how difficult that is without quitting out. It's just not, it's just not what you want to be doing in something like this.
Gustav, by the way, currently a 4-boss lead now, clearing a bunch of Kaled. Oh, it's doing the Death Knight, Black Knight Assassin Catacomb. So went back to Limgrave just to clear it out, I'm assuming. Whereas Pearl is currently still in Liurnia. Oh no, he's going to Miranda Cave. Okay, so we're kind of backtracking a bit on both sides here. Again, that Ash of War, man. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
So good.
Absolutely gorgeous. Here is the only problem for Pearl, is that he actually has to wait now. So this is where Gustav's fight went better, is because Gustav killed one, went for the... So when in Godskin Duo, when the body dies and they're slowly dying, like / falling over, like that right there, you can still hit them. They still have a hitbox lingering for another 2 to 3 seconds to deal extra damage to the health bar, even though they are technically dead. So if you are able to get that extra damage in after they die, you only have to kill one Godskin Apostle, one Godskin Noble. But because Pearl killed both at the same time, he was not able to do that. And so he had to wait for a Noble on top of that to respawn to actually get the full kill. So a little bit of time lost there.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how long he had to wait there, actually.
Yeah. So like once the first one dies, I believe a timer starts. And so like if there's only one other one left, it kind of like just lingers there until it calls the other ally back from the dead, pretty much, right? But if you kill them way too quickly, you just have to wait naturally instead until that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Gustav's fight was actually faster, because he did, like, Pearl did kill them really quickly at the start despite having to wait. So I don't know if that made a massive difference between the two, but
yeah,
it is a long time to wait. I that's kind of surprising.
It's a bit. Yeah. It's not gonna be like, oh my god, game's over, obviously. But it's definitely it's just like a little a little nugget, if you will. A little nugget.
We should also keep in mind that because Pearl did quit out to check his stream, he does have an extra 1 minute on the timer. which is a lot. So we need
That
to
is a
keep
good
that in mind
chunk,
when
yeah.
looking at the score now.
Dancing line here, by the way, for Gustaf as the Soldier of Godric boss. We don't even know if it's Deathblight now or not. Doesn't matter. It's dead.
Super fast.
3 boss leads still for Gustaf, but yeah, 1 minute for Pearl here. So that 3 boss lead is not concrete, if you will. And we're seeing Watchdog Catacomb very early here from Pearl. I feel like a lot of players kind of avoid this Catacomb because it does take a little bit to get through this one, and they just like more or less prioritize other areas. But it's because I think they're hunting for Dectus here. So
Yeah.
I think doing this Watchdog Catacomb, even though it does take a little bit longer, the Dectus half search is too important to just kind of avoid this one.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see it when they will be going for that area of Dragonbearer with Garank and all those guys. There are a few bosses there as well. Maybe we'll see that soon.
There are a few. They're a smidge.
I'm liking all these catacombs in the chat. Thank you guys. My fave emote.
All right, let's see here. For Gustaf right now, 4 boss lead, 28 to 24. Going to be going to Liurnia. Going to be doing the Adon Evergel. Okay, so Gustaf has done a good amount. Not a good amount. He's done a little bit of Dragonbarrow, a little bit of Kaled. Has almost fully completed Limgrave. Has fully completed Weeping, and is now going to be starting to do some Liurnia bosses that Pearl already has done. And so we're going to start to see them slowly kind of connect again at the end. Like they kind of like separated, right? And they're going to slowly come back together once they both hit Altus. And then also it comes down to, did they get Dectus? Did they not get Dectus? Yada, yada, yada. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, right. Especially if you get Altus access really late, then you don't really get to reap all the benefits of going to Altus. You're not going to have time to get all the bosses there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're going to be seeing that soon enough. Ooh, we got Mimicked here. Not as much damage to Mimicked here as I would have expected. Oh no, he's doing he's doing it back to him.
The fun part with freaking Mimictyr is that it because you have boiled crab in your inventory, he ate the boiled crab. So he automatically just has damage reduction from himself, which is pretty silly.
That's so funny.
Pretty cool.
Nice and easy Crystallion and Clean Rot Knight duo here. With that strike damage, this is super easy.
Super easy.
Yeah, the Cs are set up that you can get Dectus, of course. It's not going to be in Altus.
That'd be funny, though. Oh, yeah, he didn't even kill Tree Sentinel yet for Pearl. There we go. Esger's down now.
Yeah, see, that was so
30 to
see,
26.
Chad, these are the kind of things that we are talking about, right? So Pearl went out of his way to get some of those slower bosses earlier in some ways. And so like he comes here later and this was such a fast fight. Not like Gustaf's was very long, but you just come here and you two-shot them, you know?
Yeah. Royal Revenant check here for Gustaf. He's going to go to Bellum Church after this. Pearl not fighting Loretta Halictree just yet. He's just aggravating the boss. Nice little fun fact for that fight, because Agil, when you first see Agil, he flies in from the sky, right? And then he kills all these like little noble guys around the fire. That still works in the randomizer. So as long as you go past the boss activation zone for Agil in a randomizer and then sit at a grace and come back, all those random enemies are gone and just the boss is there. So if you're really trying to avoid dying in Deathless Rando League, you just go ahead and aggravate the boss and go past that zone and go first towards the tunnel like Pearl's doing, and then come back, because now it's just going to be Loretta afterwards without all the extra enemies around the circle.
Nice. That's a good fact.
Thank you. Snapple should hire me.
Elden Ring month facts.
Elden Ring Snapple, yeah.
Nice face transition stagger there. Saving him some time. Nice work. Nice work.
That was a very quick fight. That was a very, very quick fight. Very nice. So yeah, I've never seen all the same bosses that Pearl did now on Gustaf's screen. So they're going to be catching up here towards each other pretty much. And we'll see when they converge. Converge is the right word, right?
Yeah.
What is converge?
Converge is definitely like that.
Meet at, yes. Pog! Or unite in a single point. That's the word of the stream chat, converge. The word is converge.
Chat, everyone use converge in a sentence right now. Go. Yeah, I like to see the way the paths tend to do this during these games. And, you know, sometimes I wonder why they would make a choice, but sometimes you know why. And the other guy didn't make that choice. And I wonder how many of these choices are actually difficult. When I've played in bingo and stuff, sometimes I'm sitting there like, oh, I really can't decide if I'm going to go to Dragon Barrel or not. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know if those types of decisions are in the DRL. I don't know if the decisions matter to that extent. But
I'd say somewhat. Yeah, I'd say somewhat. It's not, I don't think it's as intense because like with bingo, your opponent's decisions don't change your gameplay. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's still a single player mode kind of situation. You know what I mean? Whereas in bingo, it's like, oh, if I don't do this, I might lose out on something because of the opponent does it. I do ever think that sometimes they're really thinking about the fact of like, okay, well, if I do this, last time I did this, it was quite a kind of risky, but it paid off. Do I do it again and just trust myself being able to execute it correctly? Or am I making a big mistake here and I have to deal with a boss that I can't handle and lose time? I think that's like the more or less the conversation that happens in your head, right, when you're doing these types of Deathless Randall League seeds.
Right, I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen the Dragon Barrel teleporter yet.
Yeah,
like at this point,
I agree.
Maybe we tend to, but they still got some stuff to do. It's not like we're like super low on bosses yet.
Yeah, Pearl here trying to do the ladder skip, by the way, in the tunnel, having a little bit of a hard time really connecting the soldier onto that ledge there. There we go. Get the jump now. Very nice from Pearl. And Gustaf here just clearing Liurn. Yeah, currently a 6-boss lead. Pearl does have an extra minute on his timer, but still a 6-boss lead is kind of crucial here at this point. We're almost at the halfway point already of this match, which honestly, I'm surprised. This hour went by very quickly.
It has flown by.
And so we'll see how this goes. We'll see if anybody does the Dom skip. We saw Romain Jacques do that the other day and sadly die. He came into my chat and told me that later. He said he'll never do it again, and I was like, you know what? Fair enough. It's a very scary skip. But Demi-Human Mariga? Gillico. Damn it, they look the same.
They do look the same.
Cancel Dom. Okay, he's not doing it. Gustaf not going for the skip here. Godskin Noble on Pearl's screen as well. What the hell is this jump? I don't like that. Okay, that's actually not that bad.
Is this the?
That looks so scary.
This the snail?
This is towards the snail. Correct. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. So that was actually
Snail.
Interesting. Okay, well, here's the thing: is that Gustaf is going towards the snail catacomb. I thought that's what you were saying, not the snail boss on Pearl's screen.
No, it was the snail boss.
Yeah. No, I got you. It's double snail, actually. That's what's happening. Right
now. Double snail.
Yo. Got the Wendy's 4-for-4 and a double snail. That's crazy. 35 to 29. Still 6 boss difference. Like, this momentum is really good from both of them. But Gustaf maybe just having some earlier picks right now. They're just kind of being... what was I going to say? I kind of paralyzed myself. His choices seem to maybe just be quicker bosses that Pearl just hasn't done yet. Or he's just moving a little bit faster. I'm really not sure. I can't tell what it actually is.
Yeah, I think that Gustaf has been playing very, very well. And he has been making some quick choices. But also... I mean, if there are bosses that have been so quick that Pearl has not done yet, well, he'll come back to them later, and they'll be quick later too, you know? So, you know, it's like, it's a little bit of an artificial lead, as much as it is. Maybe still slightly, though. That, you know what though, that Dragon Barrow Crucible Misbegotten duo was pretty slow for him. I wonder if that's gonna matter. It did seem very slow.
Really not sure here. Oh, Necromancer Garrus, and here we see again Alabaster's Lord's Pull, man. Does some work. He has to be a little careful here. Those skulls can be scary. Not a full charge skull here from Gary just yet. And he did kill all the snails. They do respawn over time, but he does one-shot them with that Ash of War. So that's the way he doesn't have to deal with constantly being rolled. There we go. Very nice kill from Pearl. Yeah, keep in mind, remember I mentioned the whole fact that, like, if you skip specific things and bosses, you save a good amount of time. Remember,
Yes.
Godskin Duo for Gustaf was a little bit quicker in that Miranda cave. Elden Beast was a little bit quicker for Gustaf. He skipped the transition as well. So these things are kind of maybe adding up as well to where there is kind of a difference already in their boss count. I do think that those did kind of matter. I feel like I'm seeing, at least for me, I'm seeing the weight of those moments already happening an hour into the match.
Yeah, that Elden Beast I think was a big difference. To get all the good moves on one side, and then to get 2 of the flying in the air stall moves, it is a difference.
Yeah, it's tough for sure. I mean, we'll see how this Force Axe fight goes. So far, pretty quick, which is nice.
This fight's
nice roll.
long is just the worst.
Okay, Gustaf gonna be going for the Falling Star Beast tunnel now as well. I think he got the skip first try. I wasn't really paying attention, but I didn't see him. Constantly jump over again. So again, a little bit of a time save. Pearl had to do it like 4 or 5 times to try and get that ladder skip. I believe Gustaf did it first try. Second try, still, that's great. You know what I mean? Again, a little bit of a time save. All those little nuggets of time matter. They really, really do.
The nuggets.
The nuggets of time.
Yeah, Gustav did spend a lot of time in the Crucible fight, but if Pearl does opt to go for that fight as well, I mean, it'll probably be similar for him as well, but we'll see.
Yeah. We're seeing Deathrite Bird here now on Pearl's screen. Going to be Red Wolf of Radigan. Should be a pretty quick fight.
Oof. Amazing damage.
Almost got the 2-shot. That would have been really, really nice. Could have avoided some of these
jumping
attacks.
Around though.
That's got to be careful. He has to dodge. There we go. Nice.
Nice.
Gustaf killing the snail boss. Sorry?
He did imbue heavy on his club.
Oh, the Blood Fiend's arm?
Right? Was it the Blood Fiend arm? I swear he put it on a club.
Oh,
maybe
I
didn't see that right. I don't know why you would do that. Is there a need for that?
Ooh, Rotten Sword Insignia. That's a big damage talisman. I don't know. Maybe there's an Ash of War that he got that I don't know is really useful.
Yeah, maybe.
For that specifically. Commander Nile here, by the way. A little bit of an annoying fight. Not too crazy scaling wise. Oh, he's going for the
He did get the branches, yeah.
The witching branches here, so he's going to try and deal as much damage as possible to Commander Nile. Maybe even sometimes these soldiers can fight the boss all by themselves.
Nice.
Oh, but they got to be careful. Oh, well, sadly. Okay, here we go. They almost killed each other. That is a little unfortunate. I'm not going to lie. Yep.
Oh!
Not the best for Pearl here. Gary on Gustaf's screen also dying right now. And again, Gustaf really holding on to that 6-boss lead right now. 38-32. Commander Nile taking a decent amount of damage. Gotta be a little careful, obviously, from these lightning attacks. Should be getting a stagger here very soon. There it is.
Nice.
One more charged R2, 2 charged R2s. Yeah. Careful. Oh, he just blocks it. You know what? That's a smart move. Nice block on that storm.
Did not get too greedy there. Nice work.
Very, very nice. Gustaf now in 4 to sacks as well. Let's see how fast this goes for him. It's a flying attack here. Has to wait it out just a little bit.
Any Gustav fans know why he's dressed like this? I mean, I love it. I respect it. I think cosplaying Misty during this is awesome. But is there like a specific reason or just for fun?
It's because Misty is a gym leader and Gustav is currently leading in points, obviously. So.
Oh, that's actually a great point, Dom. I didn't look at it that way.
He is just, you know, being the leader, if you will.
Just a pre-game BM, huh?
Bro, come on. Dude, how can I only get -2s? I am cursed. I don't understand. Like, come on. Like, that was a solid. That was a solid, dude.
Maybe you need better jokes, Dom.
Okay.
Not a certain reason. He likes to do stuff like that sometimes. Yeah, I respect that. Just for the vibes.
Way to have my back. Way to have my back.
Dom, I thought that was so funny. You can tell by the fact that I laughed a lot.
Thanks. 39 to 33. Still a 6 boss lead here currently for Gustav. I'm going to be going for that Deathrite Bird into Knight's Cav, into Exikes potentially. I don't know. I didn't see Exikes for Pearl. I might have just missed it or he just didn't check it. I'm not sure. He killed Commander Nile. And then I was paying attention to my joke. So... Kind of didn't see what happened there.
I do cosplay for the hell of it sometimes. No, you're right. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not. This is not a derogatory conversation. I'm very excited to see this, but I was just curious. Ooh, look at that Alabaster Lord's Pool doing work on these little guys here, the demi-humans.
I'm gonna keep saying it, man. People got to using it more. That's an English sentence. I promise. People got to be using it more.
You know what,
really
though? You are
kill.
right. Like, how much... I don't know if other players have done this. Maybe this is just getting pointed out because you mentioned it earlier, but Pearl is jumping around a lot between areas. Not to say that's a bad strat or anything, but I am curious why. Yeah,
I'm really not sure. It's definitely very. It seems sporadic, but maybe there's some reason to the madness. Gustav here not going to be going for the Bewitching Branches, by the way, just going straight for charged R2s on these soldiers. This is again where I'd like to see the Ash of War, though. To be honest, the Ash of War here would be very, very useful. Any multi-enemy boss puts in work, he's going to be absolutely hyper armoring through some of these attacks. Very nice, though. Still quick. Can't complain about that at all. Has to be careful here. Frostbite's going to proc. And we're going to see Erdtree Avatar and Liurna here for Pearl. We're going to see possibly Exikes here for Gustav right after this Commander Nile fight. So far, so good. Stagger here coming up just very soon. Careful. Ooh, yeah, he's trying to greed that Stagger. Should be right now. There it is. Nice. Good kill.
Yeah.
A little greedy, but good kill.
Sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you gotta. What do we have here? It's a person.
Gideon off near. Oh my god, this is the first time I'm seeing him in the DRL.
So I'm not sure. Did Pearl skip Gideon? Did you just see Gideon and was like, I'm good? Because honestly, I kind of get it.
I don't think he saw him. I think that he just fought Nile and Red Wolf and then left.
Called it a day. Respectable. Nice kill there from Gustav, though.
Yeah, really good. Gideon can get out of hand, but I guess not in this situation.
42 to 36. Gustav holding on to a 6-boss lead for the last, 30 minutes. We're going to see Snail Catacomb here for Pearl right after that Erdtree Avatar. Also not doing the skip. Understandable. Yeah, Pearl checking the boss list very frequently just to make sure that he doesn't, forget which bosses he hasn't seen yet. And I think that's the thing. I think it's, a bit of a dangerous thing from Pearl is switching between these regions so quickly, is that you start to maybe forget what you have and haven't done yet. Unless he does this route every single time, I think you start to kind of just forget, like, oh, did I do it this time? Did I do this boss this time? That can be just a little scary, if you will, but not like, you know, it's not a bad way of going about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, especially because it's in-game time, loading screens and traveling doesn't really matter that much. I mean, I'm sure he's got a reason. Maybe he likes to go between the tankier bosses and the less tanky bosses. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's going off of like some scaling list. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure either. Nice tree sentinel kill. 37 for Pearl now. We're an hour and 7 minutes in, an hour and 6 for Pearl here because he had to quit out for just a moment because he thought his stream died. But a 5-boss lead now for Gustaf. Pearl doing some of the Liurnia bosses now. Going to be going for the Adon Everjail. We're seeing the Cemetery Shade Catacomb here for Gustaf. And possibly seeing Altus very, very soon here from both players. No Dectus, full Dectus anyways, just yet. But maybe soon.
Oh, you know what? We are seeing Gustaf took off all of his armor. Actually, maybe he's putting some back on, but he took off most of his armor so that he can do a big colossal dual stance situation.
Oh.
So this is a nice high risk, high reward situation. He'll be taking a lot of damage and very low resistant to any status effects, but he's got the jump attack talisman and he's got the two-hand. Well, no, the two-hand is for one weapon two-hand. It's not for two-weapon two-hand, is it?
Correct.
Okay,
well, you
so
can't two-hand two weapons unless you have 4 arms, which we sadly do not.
But both of his hands are being used.
Unless you're Godric, this is not going to sadly work for us.
Okay, well, whatever. But I do wonder if we'll be seeing the jump double weapon attacks at all.
We're having Demi-Human Chiefs here. He's going to be using some of those Ashes of War. This is again where the Alabaster Lord Sword is king, I would say, in this situation. But great damage, though, however, from the, whatever the hell you call it, the Watchdog Staff, Ash of War, Sparkle.
The Ash of War, Sorcery of the Crozier.
I'm sorry?
That's what it says. It's Sorcery of the Crozier.
All right.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of words.
I guess Dom didn't watch my Ronnie video.
Oh, true. I forgot about that. 43 to 39, by the way. So it's 4 boss difference now. So we're starting to see like the little bit of a chipping back situation from Pearl. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Closing the gap. I was gonna ask, when you have no armor on, or like very minimal good armor on, if you see a Deathblight boss, is that going to be an instant or close to an instant Deathblight proc?
No.
No? So
no, you still have a natural... Yeah, because you still have a natural bar. Same with the poison here, as you saw, by the way. It wasn't instant either. It's based on... So, like, your levels, just like with DS2 or DS3 or whatever, you still have a natural resistance to some things. If you leveled something, I forget which specific stat, it does increase your focus. So, which is Madness and Deathblight, I believe, or something like that is focus.
Right, okay.
No, or Robustness. What if I know? Placid Dusax here, though, for Gustaf now.
Ooh, are we fighting it?
He's actually doing it, whereas Pearl did skip this. So we'll see how long this takes for him. He is doing the double jump strat, though.
I mean, the damage is fantastic, but being in water is a bit spooky, right? With the lightning here.
A little bit. He might be close to a stagger, though. Oh, he's going to be greeting it.
Okay.
And he gets the stagger. Very huge jumping attack on the head.
Very
big
good.
Damage. And riposte. This might be a 1-cycle on Plasty here from Gustaf. That's going to be really, really huge.
Wow, that is fantastic. Now, I'd like to keep an eye out for Pearl's Plasty fight, because I wonder, I mean, he needs this to be as fast as it was for Gustaf and to skip that phase 2. He's got to bring some time back after those losses with the Elden Beast and one of the fights being just a little slower.
He's having a little bit of a hard time here with Swordmaster Aunts as well. Does get the backstep at the very end. But yeah, he did skip Plasty the first time, so I'm not sure if he's ever going to go back for Plasty, but Gustaf one cycling it. That is definitely a big deal here. 45 to 41 now. Still a 4-boss lead for Gustaf. Again, Pearl does have an extra minute from a quit out, but still a 4-boss lead, an hour and 12 minutes in.
Yeah, that Plasty fight, it was like it wasn't even Plasty. It wasn't even a big god ancient dragon. It was just, it was like a little Bofa or something, how fast it was.
Tree Spirit here. Yeah, this jumping is really working out for him.
Yeah, so I like that we're seeing this. When I started commentary, I was talking to some of the players and doing some research on what the metas are. And the jump, double, big bonk weapon is the meta. And I actually haven't really been seeing that during my commentary matches that often. And I was really excited to see that. And honestly, it's insane. It lives up to the hype. It's so good.
Yeah. It's because it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's hard to find two of the same weapon type that work well together. So like, you know, finding two colossal weapons that you're actually able to do it with, and then also having the equip load to actually do it on top of that, right? Because if you're having two colossal weapons, you're most likely going to be heavy load unless you don't wear any armor like Gustaf. But yeah, we already see the damage difference here. Pearl was here as well and didn't have this as an opener. And we're probably not even going to see these summons at all for this fight here for Gustaf because he has just such big damage. There it is. Don't even see the summons. He doesn't get the phase transition. Again, Gustaf has been skipping so many phase transitions. He's saving a lot of time. And I think that's going to be the whole theme for this whole race is if Gustaf wins, it's because of these phase transition saves that he's doing. We're schmoovin', boys. We're schmoovin'.
Chat, what song is this? I put a new playlist, best FromSoft soundtracks, and I don't recognize this. Let me know if you guys.
What does it sound like?
It.
Can you sing it to me? I'll tell you.
Ding ding. It's Aldia from DS2. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't know Aldia.
I was about to say that.
It's really nice. I don't think there will be a post-game interview, no. I mean, I get maybe, like, if they want. The only reason why there was one last time is because the players brought it up. But it is interesting to do one, I guess.
Oh, here we go. Moblin Palace. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah, they speak different. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm not sure how good either of their English is, I suppose.
Gustaf's English is pretty good. I think Pearl's English is pretty good as well. He was actually in the French relay. He speaks pretty decent English, yeah, from what I remember.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a good point. We haven't seen the second deck this half, and we have 45 minutes left. And at this point, you really want to be an Altis. There are a lot of bosses in Altis that you want to be getting, and so yeah. I do wonder if we'll be seeing the Precipice, which I haven't seen yet personally in the official matches.
Big damage. Nice. No Emir teleporting. Very quick kill here from Gustaf. I'm thinking maybe for Gustaf, after he kills the Erdtree Avatar here in the double catacombs, he might make his way towards the Dectus elevator. No deaths, not even any close calls, by the way, through this whole match, which is kind of insane. Like, they've both been playing very well, not too safe, have been trading with bosses, but still, you know, efficiently and safe enough. Okay, Christ, Gustaf, please be careful. We had Rakushain actually die on this skip.
Ooh.
before. So this is a bit of a scary skip because Torrent for some reason's got some slippery hooves. I don't know what's going on there, but that could be a little scary if you're not used to the skip.
Yeah, though both players have been playing very, very well and very impressively. However, the other thing is I don't really think, and not to discredit them at all, but I think the seed has also been pretty nice to work with, and it's given them a lot of really great weapons and build possibilities. I don't think we've seen anything too cursed. Despite that, they are still playing very well, of course. But yeah, we've seen some very cursed seeds where it's just like bad boss after bad boss, no good weapons.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for some big, heavy-hitting bosses. Like, give me Promise Consort Radon, give me Melania, Bale, Midra, maybe an Estelle, if you will. Estelle's not that scary, but you know, Moog, Senisax. We got quite a few out there. They're just hanging out. We haven't seen yet at all. Lamenter for a DPS check, if you will.
Oh my god. Yo. Gustav just getting magicked right in the face.
Absolutely
oh my gosh.
pelted.
Yo, you got hit so hard the stream just froze for a sec. Oh my gosh. Yo, this is... Yo. Okay, no, he healed. He's safe, but that looked spooky for a second there.
That plant can be obnoxious if it just keeps doing it, but Gustav has a really good amount of damage again.
Yeah.
Very quick Lanciax fight as well. We see Rykard here for Pearl. So we're going to be possibly seeing the Abandoned Cave right afterwards for Pearl, because this is the Battle Mage Hughes Everjail in Dragon Burrow. And maybe we start to see some Dragon Burrow bosses, because the deck could also be on the Dragon Burrow bosses, which we haven't seen at all yet. And it's been an hour 17.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that we haven't, but yeah, maybe we'll see it soon. We do see Pearl here with the shield poke strat that we always see players doing with Rykard. Very nice and easy, very consistent.
All right, doing Erdtree Avatar into double Catacomb here. I don't know if Pearl did the double Catacomb. I don't remember. We'll see in just a bit, but Pearl looks like he is going to be going for the Abandoned Cave now. And I think after this, we'll see if they're going to be deviating to a whole different area.
Oh, hi, Dryleaf Dane.
Honestly,
Huge
one of the
damage.
NPC fights where I'm like, you know what? That's all right.
It's alright, but I mean, like any other NPC fight, it can get out of hand. He can just start going crazy on you, hyper armoring everything.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of the better NPC fights for sure.
All right, making our way towards the
Yo.
double Catacomb here. Well,
I like that strat.
wait, what?
That like backstep punch in the air strat through the rod.
Oh, yeah. It's like is there a name for the tech? I don't know.
Is that the same that you'll do with lava?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Anything where
one.
like your legs are kind of like sluggish, if you will, you know. All right, Abandoned Cave here for Pearl, Black Nav Catacombs, aka the double Catacomb with the Cemetery Shade. For Gustav, I don't believe Pearl did this, so we'll see some new bosses here. This was already taken care of by Gustav, the snail boss. Again, another snail. Pearl gonna be doing a very quick kill here. A charged R2 should do it, not even tap R2. There it is.
Yo, those snails look so like squeaky. You know, like they're like so shiny and
Like
flat.
a stress ball? Is that what you're saying?
No, like smooth. Like why they look like they've been buffed.
Like Mr. Squishy here? I'm sure you
Yeah.
can see him.
Yeah, he's cute. Whatever, it doesn't matter, but he does look weirdly shiny.
All right, Catacomb boss. Let's see something fun. Let's see something fun, please. Give me a Midra in this arena. Why not?
Midra would be alright, yeah, but don't wish upon them a Bale in a tiny catacomb.
Midra would be tough here because the thing is that his transition, you can't dodge it in this room. It's too small.
Well, you kill him before.
Yeah, I guess her damage would be hopefully high enough that you would just be able to avoid it. True. All right, quick Erdtree Avatar kill, Putrid Avatar, excuse me. And Pearl going for the, I believe, Magma Worm in Kaled, the tunnel there, which I don't believe we've seen from Gustav. Who is it? Knight's Cath. Oh, maybe we have seen him. Maybe we have seen this one. Oh, there's the bear in the arena. The bear is in the arena.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're fine. Bear is dead. You gotta be careful with that. Sometimes opening up the door when an enemy's behind you is very, very risky because they can join the fight and then it makes it way, way worse. Death Knight here in the catacomb. But we have strike damage. They are weak to strike. That's really, really nice here for Gustav. Works with his double bonk build, if you will. Big, big stagger into a death. There it is. Fantastic. Very quick kill here from Gustav. Very quick kill here from Pearl as well. And we're in the we're in the Black Knife Catacomb in Limgrave here for Pearl. We're currently 52 to 47, 5 boss lead here still for Gustav. And now we're going to be going towards, I believe, the Bloodhound Knight's Tunnel / cave. It's a cave. It's a cave, Dom. And we'll see what that is because I don't think Pearl went to this one yet either.
Right, I don't think we saw him here either.
And we're really just on the hunt for Dectus right now. That's the main thing is, where is Dectus? Please give me my Dectus.
Yeah, there are still a few bosses that they have yet to check. Like you said, in the Dragon Barrow, neither of them have been all the way up there.
Surprisingly.
There are a few different checks. Yeah, it is a bit surprising. I feel like I've always seen it done earlier.
Nice jump from Gustav. Clean Rot Knight dead here for Pearl.
Super fast,
very quick fight.
Yeah. Where is Pearl headed? Saintsbridge.
Going to Saintsbridge. Okay. Duelist? Did he not do Duelist yet? Yeah, I guess he hasn't done Duelist yet. Yeah, so Pearl going back and doing some bosses that are still left over from him in Limgrave. Knight's Cap here for Gustav.
Is he headed to the Murkwater Catacombs?
Yes.
Because, like, okay, so here's what I'm not understanding, and it's obviously a me thing, because the players all do this, but why would you not just fight this guy when you were fighting Patches? It's right here. Isn't it just faster?
Normally you do. Like, normally you do. For Pearl specifically, I genuinely don't know why he's pivoting as much as he is. I'm really not sure.
Oh, you do normally?
Normally, if you go for one, you almost always go for the other. Like, if you go for Patches, you go for Duelist. If you go for Duelist, you go for Patches. Just because, yes, it is in that same river. Yeah. I'm really not sure.
Interesting. I mean, he won season 1 and also not very far behind on bosses, so I mean, I assume he's got a strat going here that he knows that I'm just not understanding. -2 for not being sure. Appreciate that.
Do you see what I mean?
Well, we don't do the -2 in my chat. They just They just like do the stare emote or something, which is almost worse maybe in some ways.
You think so?
I don't know. Chat, what's worse?
+2 for clarification. I love the orangutan stare though. I love that. That's my favorite stare emote.
Yeah, that one feels the most disrespectful.
I love
-2 for
that
not
one.
knowing what's worse. Okay, guys.
I love that one so much. It's generally my favorite. That one and the orangutan and the golf cart just driving. Those are my 2 favorite emotes for sure.
I don't know that one, but this stare is very
intense.
It's like, it's not intense. It's like it can't fathom how stupid you are. That's how the monkey looks.
The disrespect, yeah.
Yeah. We also have unclap. Yeah, unclap is just the dumbest BM.
Honestly, I don't like that one because I always think that my browser is just lagging.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm just like, oh crap, is my internet being weird?
Very fast nightcap fight.
Wow. Big damage. Do I like that one? Bro, that is me. What are you talking about? It's a picture of me,
Do not
dude.
say that's... No, why would you say that? He's literally spreading his legs in the back. God. Oh my god, extremely fast dry leaf Dane kill, by the way. So
Dragon
fast.
Burrow.
Yo, Dragon Barrow
Gustav.
time. My
Finally.
guess is the Dectus medallion is going to be on the guy on the bridge. Oh. We got a Ghost Flame Dragon here.
That is a little... With Dragon Barrow scaling, honestly, this is a little scary. I'm not going to lie.
It's a little tanky. It looks doable. It looks doable.
It is doable, and this is not the summoning one. Remember, the summoning one is the Tibia Mariner one in Liurnia, so this one's actually really, really not that bad. If this was summoning, I would probably avoid this one personally, because the summoning can get really out of hand. Sally does not get the riposte here. Already going for the transition, has to be careful. So here's the thing with the transition. Honestly, either you stay right below the Ghost Flame Dragon, or you run away the way Gustav does. Do not hang out at the wings or anywhere like a circle right around the dragon, because what it does is that the Ghost Flame will literally linger there and will tick damage. So either you're right below him, so you get knocked aside, and then the Ghost Flame goes onto the outside of the dragon, or you run away completely to avoid that. Because if you're in that ring, you will continuously take tick damage, and it will kill you like immediately. It's like the Death Red Bird with the Death's Poker like straight line thing.
Dectus have here? Nope.
Oh, we've got Royal Knight's Resolve on the Blood Fiend's arm. That's why there's heavy on that. Big, honestly, great choice. Royal Knight's Resolve, especially on early game bosses, is gonna one-shot most likely. That's some big damage. Oh, he's got Holy Affinity on it too. Holy Affinity, Royal Knight's Resolve on the Blood Fiend's arm. This is just gonna be big damage. And with a two-handed talisman and charge tier, this is honestly almost just as good, if not maybe actually a little bit better than double bonk jump attack build, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely made insane work of that Putrid Avatar. But no, he didn't put heavy on this. He put heavy on the club.
Yeah, no, so this one's holy. This one's holy.
Yeah, okay.
Because Holy Affinity, I don't know if it's still bugged, but it's kind of bugged on Blood Fiend's arm. Or it was. Maybe is.
Right. I did think they fixed that, but I don't know.
I don't remember either. It's still good, though. The stance damage for jumping attacks. That doesn't... So just because you have two weapons doesn't mean you get double stance damage. That's not how that works. Very quick kill there from Pearl. We might see some nice momentum here happening now for Pearl with this weapon setup.
So he's got a minute. He's got a minute of time more than Gustav does. And he's 5 bosses down, but yeah, I think we're gonna see some snowballing a little bit here with this new setup.
Yeah, some very quick kills. We're gonna see that Bloodhound Knight cave that Gustav was in earlier. Gustav here dealing with Dragon Barrel bosses, not doing the Erdtree Dragon Barrel boss. I don't know. I didn't see the boss, so I'm not sure why he's skipping it. Maybe it was something scary. I don't know. Maybe chat saw it. I did not see. I just looked over and saw him go straight down the branch instead. Shaking his head a little bit. So it must have been like a Melania. It was Sunflower. Honestly, super understandable. Sunflower having 3 phases, Dragon Barrel scaling so the fight would go really, really long. Does not seem worth your time. You might be able to get 2 more bosses instead of doing Skadutri Avatar in Dragon Barrel. Super understandable. Makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone fight Skidoo Tree Avatar, and I don't think we ever really will.
Yeah, unless it's like really low scaling, it's just a fight that just takes so long because not only is it 3 phases, but the transitions between each phase do take a while. Like you're just standing around.
They take forever. But we do have a Millennium on Gustav's screen.
That is interesting. Do we see a Memory of Grace? We do see a Memory of Grace here from Gustav.
Bye.
Okay, he's skipping 2 bosses here on Dragon Barrel. Well, let's see if Pearl does the same. Honestly, I would not be surprised if both players skip both of those bosses. That is pretty terrifying. We saw the damage immediately from Melania, and that he's in one-shot range, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, and dying is the worst thing to do here. Is the cat meowing?
Yes.
Wait,
Tux.
pull her up for a sec. Hi, Tux.
Come here.
And the meowing is so cute. We got some downtime. Oh, we are fighting a Plassie. Oh, cat. Always
What's going on, Tux?
Cat.
How you doing? Huh? You want to purr on the mic?
So cute.
I don't think I can hear that.
Can you give Tux a little head scratch for me?
Yeah, sure.
Aww. Yo, insane Plassie fight, by the way. That was so fast.
She like falls asleep when I hold her like that.
Oh, that's so cute.
There you go. I'm working. Go stare at the wall or something. I don't know. All right, so we have currently 57 to 54. He is catching up 3 bosses now instead of 6. That's a pretty big deal here. And Gustav now actually going for the Makar fight. He's going towards Precipice.
I'm actually, unfortunately for them, I know that they're not stoked about Precipice, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they handle Precipice. I haven't really seen that yet.
The ladder is probably the scariest part because there's a lot of enemies kind of surrounding that ladder. And if they aggro and they either have long range to knock you off the ladder or kind of just like are in a crappy enemy that doesn't even let you get to the ladder, and you can't quit out. So you kind of either have to deal with the mobs or just kind of get lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I whenever I've done a rando there, it's always just the worst thing. You have to quit out or try and kill. I guess it depends. Like maybe sometimes you can make it, but it's very dangerous. Yeah. So the
even like just now on this ladder too. You know what I mean? That omen.
Right. The penalty for dying is your score gets locked. So if Gustav dies here, his score will be locked at 57. He will keep playing because if Pearl also dies, then his score will get unlocked to whatever the actual current score is.
Yeah, let's see this damage here from this Royal Knight's Resolve and this Magma Worm. Boom!
Nice.
Yeah, big damage here. 2 charged R2s. Over half the health on this Magma Worm. Can't really do anything, sadly, because of all the lava that's just laying around.
Really fast fight, though. Super
Very
well
nice
done.
fight. Very nice fight. But yeah, now here's the thing, though, is that Gustav going towards Altus before Pearl.
Pearl's on his way now, too, actually. Yeah.
With 2 less bosses, though. With 2 less bosses.
Yeah.
So if they both are just clearing Altus here and Gustav just holds the lead and they do the exact same route, Gustav maybe just wins off of this 2-boss lead here.
I did see a few people talking about the list of bosses they have. So this list of bosses is part of the mod that they're using, or whatever you're calling that, the overlay of like their scoring and all that. So it's officially in the layout and in the mod. So they're not like cheating, or I feel like they are allowed to have a list anyway. I don't see why they wouldn't, but yeah, no, to clear up the confusion, it's fine. They all have access to that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people just don't use it because like you more or less just learn the routing over just like checking the list because most of the time you kind of know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice tool to have for people to check in and be like, oh, did I actually get that? I did get that. Okay, cool. You know, and then move on.
All right, let's see how this goes. Actually, the enemies seem very kind here. We do have a guy shooting arrows, which might be a problem, but very lucky.
Okay, very lucky here for Gustav is that the Misbegotten actually fell behind the ladder, so all the arrow shots are going to be hitting the ladder and not Gustav, so he doesn't get knocked off here. A fun little fact here for people again in Elden Ring. There are things that seem like they have like a visual like gap. Like there's a ladder, for example, right? It's like, oh, there's holes in between the ladder. The game, however, doesn't recognize it like that. It's just a wall. So even if you, for example, are like right before Mesmer, you know, like how Kood is there, and you have those like little armaments that are sticking in these like holders. Even though it's like a very visible like looking piece, they're considered walls, and Kood cannot see you behind those things, even though it's very obvious. It's like see through. So yeah, make that with what you will, but it's just a weird thing.
Who are we gonna see here? So this, they're gonna have to fight whatever boss is here because they need to do this. Oh, we got a tree sentinel. Easy, no problem.
Not too bad. Yeah, big damage for sure.
Nice.
Just eating some of the attacks here to get the jumping R2s in, or jumping R1s in, or L1s.
Getting the rolled medallion, nice. Alright, let's see how this precipice walk goes for Pearl here.
Gustav being ahead on Altus is definitely a big deal.
He is, you know what though? He is, yeah, like he's 2 score ahead, but the time I would say is about the same. Like he's about a minute ahead in time, and Pearl is about a minute. He's got a minute extra. So like other than, like he's ahead on the score count, yeah, but in terms of time, I don't think he's that much ahead.
I'm expecting the double cave here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't have time to clear all of Altus with 24 minutes left. I wonder who they're gonna be prioritizing.
Yeah, it's mostly gonna be clustered enemies, or bosses in this case. So like the cave that has 2 bosses. I'm assuming we are gonna see Knight's Cave into Miranda Cave with Tree Sentinel Duo and Falling Star Beach, just because those are really close. If you know Lanciac, Skip, this is a great place to do it. You know, with how close everything is. I mean, also doing like Wormface, Godskin Apostle, and the Tunnel, like those 3 are decently close to each other. Kind of like, you know, pick your poison kind of situation, because either path you're not gonna be able to finish, right? So it's more or less like which one do you feel like is just a little bit more efficient than the other?
Super easy light work through the precipice there. That could have gone a lot worse for them, so that's good that it didn't.
Here we go, Tree Sentinel for Pearl now, arriving at the boss.
Chat, what song is this? It's Violins, Dawn.
It's Violins? Like, bro, that's like any FromSoft song. I'm not gonna look at chat. Can you sing it for me?
It's like Insane Strings.
Insane
Demon of
Strings.
Hatred. I was gonna say, it's kind of giving Sekiro for sure.
Alright, well.
I've never paid attention to the Demon of Hatred song.
Bro, I don't get the Demon of Hatred hate. I'll say it. I don't get it. I thought it was a fun boss.
I get it, but I think it's overhated. But I understand why it's hated. It's a skill issue though.
It really wasn't that bad at all. All right, second boss here in the cave, by the way. It's a Deathbird. Again, besides the Melania, not really anything scary on this whole seed. It's a little surprising. I'm not going to lie. It's a little
Starting
surprising.
with Alabaster and no cursed bosses, it's been a very blessed seed.
Very quick kill here on the Deathbird.
We had to go through Precipice. I guess that's where the balance is. That's kind of cursed, but other than that, the seed has been very nice.
Fair. Yeah. 60 bosses, though, still. We have another 23 minutes here on the clock. So we might be able to crack 72, 73, maybe?
73? Yeah, okay, maybe.
Some of these bosses are very quick back-to-back. Gillica, Tibia Mariner, right?
Yeah.
Then you have Tunnel into Sanjuan Noble, Godskin Apostle, Wormface. Like, there's some options here. And yeah, immediately Pearl doing the exact same thing, going for that cave with the double fight. So we're going to see the Tree Sentinel into the Deathbird on his screen in just a moment here. Not too far behind from Gustav. Gustav going straight for the Gillica fight. We'll see what's down there.
Up wall skip here.
All right, and we are seeing a Radigan of the Golden Order. Again, good for both players. Radigan's weak to strike damage. So after this little landing here.
Wow.
Boom, dead. Very, very nice. I mean, he is made of rock, so.
He is made of rock. Great damage. Oh my gosh, both of their builds right now are so good. I think it's cool that they're using different builds here. It's cool to see the way they are differently, but it's nice that they both have something that they obviously really like.
Really no close deaths still. They're both just kind of just moving along in the seat. And there it is, Promise Consort Phase 2. Are we seeing another skip here from Gustav, or is he going to do the fight? He's going to do it.
The damage isn't horrendous.
It's a DLC boss in base game. Yeah, the damage is not going to be super crazy, but still, it's still chunking. It's still chunking.
Yeah, it's decent. It's better than a lot of our casual Consort Radon fights on first playthroughs, I bet.
Yeah, for sure. Still definitely have to be careful in this fight.
It's a nice big arena. I guess the rock's kind of in the way, but at least it's on a tiny little room. Ooh, huge.
It's got to be a little careful here for sure.
Nice dodge.
Grab attack. Gravity.
Great dodging.
Christopher has to be careful.
Tagged him and it did no damage.
Yeah, the images don't deal as much as the actual Radon, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, going to go to space here. No, he gets the stagger. Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Super nice.
Very nice.
Very clean fight.
Very nice.
Very happy
stagger.
with that.
Yeah. Start was a little shaky, but he really found his bearings there and figured that one out. Very nice stagger at the end. And Pearl didn't even go to Tibia. I don't know if he saw Tibia and just skipped it. He's like, nah, I'm not doing Consort Radon. But they're both going to Stone Digger Troll now, Old Altus Tunnel.
Well, he's got a holy weapon now, right? Which is not going to be very good.
It's negligible, I think, in this situation.
Okay.
And as I said before, chat, we are converging. Both players are meeting at the same exact spot.
Well, we're not, though.
Yeah, they're both at the same tunnel.
Oh, now we are, yeah. But they weren't a second ago.
Yeah.
The word of the day.
Word of the day.
We got a Ghost Flame Dragon. Yo, it's the day of the Ghost Flame Dragons. We are seeing a lot of these today.
Quite a few. Oh, there we go. Uses the explosive clumps and goes for a big stagger right afterwards. Goes for the explosion, RKR, and this is holy strike damage, which is what the Ghost Flame Dragons are both weak to. They're both weak to holy and strike. So this is like really good for Pearl here. There's a very quick battle with this Ghost Flame Dragon and immediately leaves. Gustav here now. Let's see how this goes for him. Goes for a fire coil. Misses the barrels. Tries to do another one.
Misses the barrels.
Misses them again. That's okay.
His damage definitely not looking as good, but still obviously very viable. But might lose some time here compared to Pearl.
Yeah. Currently still 3 bosses ahead on compared to Pearl. But yeah, this is definitely a little bit of a slower fight. Still gets the stagger, however. This should still be a fast kill. There it is. The jumping headshots. Bada bingus, bada boomus. And now we're going to see possibly the same route from both players. Sanjuin Noble, Godskin Apostle, Wormface, Lanciax, Black Knife Assassin. And by the time we get there, it's going to be probably an hour and 53. And then we only have 7 minutes left to clear the rest, which is probably going to be the Miranda Cave and maybe Tree Sentinel Duo, and then Falling Star Beast, Knight's Cav.
Some good pathing.
Sandro Noble being Malekith. This could be a little scary. Malekith can be pretty scary with his scaling / his Destined Death being max health based, but that RKR, great damage.
The damage is great, but yeah, getting hit by this guy sucks.
Yep, there it is. Getting tagged, but that burn is not good. Poise values have been reset on Malekith. Really got to be careful not to get hit here, and here it is.
Nice.
Nice dodge there from Pearl. A little scary, but he gets it. There it is. Big kill here from Pearl. Gustav right behind him.
Yeah, Malekith is so tough. These guys are pretty good at him, but I just cannot figure out these moves.
Stagger?
Huge.
Big stagger. Gustav not even have to worry about a single attack. Very quick kill here from Gustav.
Very quick. Oh my god.
Oh, yep. Mesmer Soldier, dude. Do not underestimate those fellas. All right, we're seeing Wormface here for Pearl. Are we going to see the same for Gustav? I'm not too sure. Who is the Wormface? Are we seeing Wormface? Yeah, we are. I'm going to say a Bell-Bearing Hunter. Oh, it's Moog!
Moog!
It's Sewer Moog, not
Sewer
real Moog.
Yeah. Hi, Sewer Moog. I would like to see real Moog to see if they will be able to skip the phase thing, because that's a massive, like a whole heal.
Yeah, I think they would. I mean, at least Pearl's damage is kind of insane. Yeah. I mean, even just this normal Sewer Moog here is pretty much one cycling. Okay, yeah. So Gustav here going for Godskin Apostle first over Wormface.
Yeah, let's see who's up here. Sometimes with some enemies can get caught up here and make this fight a little bit tricky, but hopefully we don't get that here. See, it is getting a little spicy. We're getting some interesting fights up here.
Yep. Pearl now making his way towards Godskin Apostle, which is Twin Omens.
The Twin Omens.
And a fun little thing here is that in base game, they can't hurt each other, but in the randomizer, for some reason, the sword guy can hurt the axe guy. I don't know why. So if you are like trying to aggro the sword guy first, you can then like kind of bait him towards the axe guy. As you can see, that explosion staggered his brother, and you can try and like have him kill his own brother.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Gustav seems to know that the way he's positioning himself. Very interesting.
Yep. Makes it for a little bit of an easier fight there, and there you go.
Huge.
Big stagger, big damage. Same with the double watchdogs, by the way. It does the same exact thing. For some reason, one enemy in like duo fights will hurt the other, or one boss in the duo fights will always hurt the other boss.
So tragic.
And yet so beautiful. And here we have it. Pearl killing some of the enemies around. He does not want to deal with a bird, a grave bird in the area while he's trying to do this fight, which makes complete sense. You know, those things can get out of control very quickly.
Yeah.
Look at that damage, though. Look at that damage.
Oh my! Pearl's damage is so good. I really feel like he has the damage to maybe catch up here. Like that was so much faster.
It's a lot of damage. I mean, RKR.
They only have 13 minutes left, though. I don't know, but. Oh, the Moog fight getting a little out of hand for Gustav.
Oh
Maybe this is where Pearl will be able to save some time.
Sewer Moog just pepper spraying the hell out of that Lanedale soldier there. He's just dead, laying. He's taking a nap. No stagger just yet.
There it is.
Big stagger. Big headshot damage. Nice. All right, yeah, so Gustav's going straight for that tunnel boss now that Pearl skipped. And Pearl going for Lanciax instead. Lanciax Black Knife Assassin possibly here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the lead is too big to close. Also though, Pearl does have some extra time on his timer because of
not
that
by
one
much
put out.
anymore.
Yeah, not
like
by
40
that much.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's going to be enough, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Genuinely, we'll see. We'll see Black Knife Assassin boss here in just a moment for Pearl. We'll see the double Crystallian fight here for Gustav. See what that is. And maybe something scary would be kind of cool. Something scary.
Doesn't look like something terribly big. It's a cemetery shade.
And Sanjuan Noble here for Pearl as well. It's going to be a bit of almost a two-shot. There's a stagger.
Nice.
Boom! Smacks him to hell.
Super fast.
Gustav has to be careful. I've lost a DRL seed to Cemetery Shade before. These guys can get very out of hand in late game scaling.
They really can. Seriously, you're the first co-commentator who's said that, but I agree with you.
The blender move is terrifying. If you get stuck in that.
No.
Even Gustav there, wiping his forehead, getting rid of the sweat real quick before he gets into his nice misty wig. That fight can be terrifying, dude. Absolutely.
We've got a Rune Bear here on Pearl's side.
Yeah, look at that damn. Sheesh. Big stagger too. I wouldn't even go for the riposte. Yeah, just go for the damage. Okay. Or just do both. That works too.
Nice, very
just
fast
enough
kill
time.
there. Back to not back, but we're at a 3-point difference now, which is the smallest it's been in a while, I believe.
Yeah. I don't really know where the big time loss was for Pearl, or where the big difference maker was. I'm thinking it might just be because he was pivoting too much. I don't know. I feel like that might have mattered. I'm really not sure.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. In terms of boss fights, I don't imagine there were any that were way slower other than maybe Elden Beast. Elden Beast was significantly slower, not because of his fault, but because of the floating circle ring RNG that sucked. He got it twice. But maybe the pathing does catch up here.
We got DTS, by the way, and Ghost Loretta for the Tree Sentinel duo. Kind of a crazy fight because it's still 2 horse bosses. And DTS being very scary in my opinion. But Gustav here actually checking the merchant first, getting just the dialogue, and then going to be doing this fight over going for Tree Sentinel duo Falling Star Beast. He still has 10 minutes.
Ooh, Midra.
Ooh, Invisible Assassin here, I believe.
He's gotta be careful with the frenzy.
Oh yeah, okay, these are 2 crazy fights for sure. Yeah, this might, if it goes very not Gustav's way, could be a death for sure, because this is some pretty decent scaling in this area at this point.
Ooh. Yo, by the way, incredible fight for Pearl there, just with the jump and attacks on that assassin.
Yeah, very close.
Oh,
Gustav is...
and Gustav dies.
Yep.
Yeah, yo, in that tiny little room he got frenzied into the hit. That sucks a lot for that. That's really bad. So his score is now locked at 67. So all Pearl has to do is not die and get 68.
Correct. He has to get 3 bosses here. Hopefully he has enough time for it. He is doing DTS right now. 9 minutes left for Pearl. Okay, that's insane damage. Jesus Christ. That's going to be 66 here for Pearl. Yeah, Gustav being a little greedy there, for sure. Already had a really high Madness bar filled up and still tried to get an extra hit in to maybe get a stagger. Was just a little greedy there, for sure. What's going on with his screen? I don't know. His cape is freaking out.
Yeah.
That was weird. Damn. I mean, this is what you were asking for before, right? If you only have one armor piece on, your focus overall for Madness is going to be really low. So that bar filled up very, very quickly when those attacks landed.
Very spooky. No, it's not GG. Like, I say this all the time, but it actually, though, in this league, it's not over till it's over, because if Pearl dies right now, then Gustav still wins, you know? Like...
Yeah, Pearl still needs 2 kills to take the lead here from Gustav. Yeah, which means he has to kill this Urchery, which, honestly, was really close. That was terrifying. That was very close, chat. It may not look like it. You're like, Dom, that was baby game for babies. I don't think you understand. The subtleness of that, you know, only a few people will get it. That was
so true.
Insanely close.
The skill level on this guy, seriously. If Gustav dies again, nothing changes. What we want is the same amount of deaths on both sides. So if he gets 1 death or 2 deaths, it doesn't make
We
a
do
difference.
see Promise Concert Radon now from Pearl. He's going straight towards that fight. This could be a scary fight potentially for Pearl, but he does have so much damage. So it could be very exciting too. Just gotta be careful. Does get the roll. Very nice. Charged R2. Big damn. Just has to make sure that he doesn't greed the attacks. That's it.
Yo,
big. Jesus
the double
Christ.
Radon is so cinema.
He already almost has Promise Concert Radon phase 2 in the transition here.
So fast. That was so fast.
And that's probably going to be game here for Pearl unless he dies.
No, if he dies, it doesn't... Oh, no, you're right, actually. If he dies, then yeah, then it gets unlocked.
Yep.
Yeah, so if Pearl dies here, then that's what would matter. Interesting. There's 6 minutes left. Huh.
Very interesting. Yeah, if Pearl goes for like the Midra fight as well, or maybe goes for a different fight that we haven't seen yet, you know. But his damage is astronomical. Like I said before, I think Blood Fiend's arm with RKR, I think definitely outperforms the double Colossal. It's just
So
a really
good.
nice setup.
That was insane. Can I explain why some games finish at 80 bosses and others cannot get 70? It just depends on the RNG, the weapons, what bosses we're seeing. Is there anything
Also, no
more
deck
to
this.
it, Dom? Deck this,
No
exactly.
deck this.
Yeah. Which means you don't have Altus access, which means it's, you know, you're going to be fighting slower bosses. Ooh! Be careful, Pearl! Ooh, not the cum bugs. Do not come.
Do not come. Okay, we have Theodorix here on the bridge. Or on the Highway Junction. This is one of the graces that I know. Highway Junction.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if Pearl does die and they're at the same amount of deaths, the way the tiebreaker will be is who got that number of deaths first. Which in this case is looking like Gustav, but...
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, Theodorix is a tanky boy.
He is, and he just spews some lava, so if Pearl can't go for those headshot damages here, but doesn't honestly really matter, I feel like. That's still some insane damage. Yeah. And R1.
Yeah,
There
did
it
I
is.
say who got the death first? I meant the death on the boss. Like, who got the 70th boss first will be who wins. If they have the same amount of deaths. No, I'm not gonna ask Dom if that's Danny DeVito because I know that that's Danny DeVito.
That's my dad.
You guys look alike.
Thank you. I get his shortness. Barbed Staff, Pog, and we see the Everjail here, Godefroy Everjail. Maybe this is a scary boss. Pausing and champing. We've seen both Promise Concert Radon phases. What could be scary? Rolana? Maybe?
Rolana with a big bonk build, I actually think would be scary. I think she's a lot easier when you can roll very freely. Bell-bearing Hunter, not terrifying.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, especially with that damage. Oh, and going for a guard counter. Pearl, okay. That's pretty sick. You know what? I respect that. I respect that. Going for a charged R2 into a guard counter, that was pretty freaking sweet.
I've never seen someone use a guard counter in an Elden Ring competition. That wasn't about guard counters.
Yeah, it's very underutilized, I would say, to be fair.
I bet Pearl likes Guardian in Night Rain, huh?
It do be a fun build. Pearl going for a Soldier of Godric, by the way, which I believe was a Death Bird.
Ooh.
Going for some of the easier fights now. Uh-oh. You know, you can't grade some of these fights, man.
Gustav does play a little greedily. I don't know if it's because that's just his play style or if he's died and now he's kind of like playing a little more risky. But that's spooky.
Probably a little bit of both, I would say. A little bit of both. Yeah, as long as Pearl doesn't die, it's in the bag.
Yeah.
This one is in the bag.
With 2 minutes left, I mean, I think he's good, but who knows, I guess. Oh, it was the dancing line, and we weren't sure if it was the Deathblight one because it was so fast.
Right.
Oh, we will never know if it's the Deathblight one.
That's insane.
Oh, God.
Actually insane, dude. 2 more minutes here for Pearl. 1 minute and 10 seconds here for Gustav.
Loretta stalling here.
We're going to see the Black Knife Assassin now on Gustav's screen, the invisible one.
Ooh,
we'll see how that fight goes. That fight might be very interesting. We'll see. Oh, dude. Yeah, Pearl's got to be careful here.
Oh my gosh, this is stressing me out. Okay, nice. I mean, I'm sure he knew what he was doing, but that looked scary from my side.
Oh yeah, Gustav just memory of gracing out. He's not dealing with the Black Knife Assassin. Skipping quite a few fights here. He's skipped Skadutri Avatar, Melania, now the Black Knife Assassin. Very interesting. Yeah, if he died on that skip, it would have been back to Gustav for sure. Gustav has 20 seconds left. He realizes I don't really have any bosses like left that are really close. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the view of the Erdtree grazing hill. Or gazing. Gazing or grazing?
Erdtree grazing.
Grazing?
I think it's grazing.
Gazing? I think it's gazing.
It's gazing? Erdtree gazing? Okay, I mean, we're gazing at the Erdtree, I get it, but I thought it was grazing. Nice final boss kill. I assume that's going to be it for Pearl here. With 20 seconds
Pearl
left.
Technically tying it up, but never dying.
Yeah. And that's the game. I mean, well, actually, he's teleporting. Maybe he's got a quick boss.
He's got 20 seconds. He's got 20 seconds. Yeah, he's trying to see if he can knock one out. Still, nope.
No, we're chilling. And GG's to Pearl. Yeah, so that was a very close game. Gustav did die, which is why it went to Pearl.
Damn.
They have the same amount of boss kills, but very well played on
mattered.
both. That was a very, very fun game to watch. I think that both of these guys, I really liked the fact that they were using different weapons. I thought that was awesome. Very, very nice work, guys. So Pearl goes on. That's going to be Gustav's last game. But both very well played. It was awesome to watch.
That's crazy.
That was a very nice scene. I think that they seem happy.
Yeah, that was insane. Just one moment of greed on Midra cost Gustav the match, because if that didn't happen, he had it. He genuinely had it. He was always one boss ahead, and we see it, like I mentioned earlier, right? Those decisions really mattered the whole time, because Gustav was always just ahead by just a little bit, because some of his fights early on were really smooth. They're very quick, skipping a lot of things, but then Pearl at the after party, if you will, had that RKR Bloodfiend's arm that just really made up so much time.
It was so good. Time. Yeah. If Gustav didn't die, I don't know that Pearl would have made up the difference. It would have been very close, but he still made up a 6-point difference with that.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I think in terms of the interview, I think that the French casters are doing interviews with them, so we'll probably just leave it, maybe.
Yeah, really not sure.
Should we wait and ask to interview them too? I haven't been interviewing other than for Aggie's match.
If you want to, we could ask, yeah.
Do you have any questions to ask them?
Nope.
Me neither. I would just say GG, but I'll just say that in the chat with them. It's okay. Yeah, chat. I guess we'll skip the interview, because they're going to be in the French interview. So I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah. Oh, the French are interviewing them.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to wait a bit anyway. So it's chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG's to Pearl here. Both played incredibly. It was an awesome showing. Really great game.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dom, for co-commentating with me today. That was a lot of fun, and I think you made this very easy for me today.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. It was a good time. It was a great time.
And good luck if you end up commentating any more matches.
I am in 3 hours.
You're commentating in 3. I'm also commentating in 3 hours.
You're commentating in 1 hour. Wait, I don't. I'm commentating in 2 hours. You're commentating in 1.
Yeah,
right?
I am commentating in 1 hour. Okay. Yeah. Well, good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
Thank you. Have fun. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Well, chat, we will be commentating another match in 1 hour. So, I guess what we'll do is, just wait. It starts at 3 Eastern, and right now it's 2 Eastern. And so what I've usually been doing is doing my go live screen like 30 minutes before, and then thanks Dom. And then and then starting the discussion about it 15 minutes before, so we have like 45 minutes. So we can just stay live. I'm gonna go take a quick break and all that. I will pay out the reward, which is to Pearl. And I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break. BRB chat.